Welcome to the Coltsmen podcast.
I'm Tim.
I'm Mumbles.
I'm Lee.
And we're here to talk about wrestling and junk.
Wrestling and junk.
This is episode number 1. It is October 25th, 2018. And I think we're going to get right into it.
And we're going to start off by saying, fuck cancer.
Agreed, for more reasons than one, but the most obvious is the most recent news with Roman Reigns making everyone aware that he's been suffering, well, he's not really suffering from leukemia for 11 years, but was originally diagnosed 11 years ago, and it has come back again, so he is, for the time being, retired. More than likely will probably be back, but you never know.
Which leaves us with a pay-per-view in doubt, with the main event being now Braun Strowman versus Brock Lesnar.
That's my favorite part of Raw this week is the fact that the whole episode, they're like, Baron Corbin and Stephanie McMahon have been on the phone all day deciding what they're going to do about the fact that the title's vacant. And all they ended up doing was just keeping the same match without Roman Reigns.
Yeah, they're fighting for.
It's like great news there. Big shocker for us. Thanks.
They put a lot of thought.
Nice twist. Don't add anybody to it. Whatever.
They might throw in Drew because they still got a week. They still got 2 shows, or they still got a Raw to do before.
I would rather see a tournament like the old days, like WrestleMania 4 for the.
Hell, they got a tournament. They just don't have the title for it.
Well, put the title up, damn it.
Right, make the last match.
Well, that's a whole nother problem. The tournament. They got a tournament for the greatest in the world. It has no Triple H in it.
No Jericho.
No Jericho.
As much as I don't like him and everybody wants to be on his ball sack, CM Punk.
No CM Punk.
And I understand that one, but
No.
Joe Rogan was like, Logan Paul's a better fighter than CM Punk.
But even just the people in the they're on their payroll right now. I mean, how do you not have either champion in there?
because
There's no champion on Raw.
They're gonna have Seth win it to show he's the best in the world because that's their booming babyface right now, and that was the plan to begin with, is to start turning him into where Roman was becoming. Well,
He's the
it
new
got expedited
franchise.
quickly because Roman's not here no more, so they're gonna have him win all 3 matches, and he's gonna go on to be the best in the world. And then for the next couple months of Survivor Series and whatnot, that's who we'll have to deal with because Rey Mysterio's not going to win it as much as I would see. Out of the old guys, I think he would be the best one to win it.
I agree.
Jeff and RKO aren't going to win it, you would think. Cena's not even going, supposedly.
Yeah, he's refusing to go
Because of Saudi Arabia. Well, the hell, the Daniel Bryan thing might be screwed. But Kurt Angle, you don't think is going to win it either. I mean, he could,
Miz.
but they got to be short matches. Right, and the young guys could all win it except for Ziggler. I don't think Ziggler's going to win it. I think he's going to get fucked over by Braun or something.
Probably. Yeah, I mean, you got to figure it's going to be Rollins or probably The Miz.
But my question is, who's going to replace Cena then? If he's not going, who do you get to put right in there with the name power of that?
Drew.
I would like to see Drew. Big
I would
Show.
say Elias.
You think AJ Styles,
I
but
would go Elias.
you got another match, so Styles is not going to be in it.
Right.
Elias would
is
be
the
all
only
right.
one I know that's not
But you can't put Elias in the match for the greatest in the world. The guy's wrestled 10 matches.
I know, but I mean, at least he's popular. That's what they need right now.
And that's what is more or less what the fans want.
Right, that's what they're going for. That's why we're getting DX versus the Brothers of Destruction. But supposedly, along the line with John Cena not going, Daniel Bryan has refused to go too, and that does wonders for that fucking match.
Yeah.
You got AJ and Daniel.
Yeah. Was it AJ and Daniel?
Yeah, AJ
Yeah,
and Daniel
that's
for
right,
the title.
Yeah. Well, then you put AJ in Cena's spot in the Best in the World match.
That
So you
makes
just
sense.
waste the title then on a pay-per-view? Or not a pay-per-view?
Well, they're not going to change. The title's not going to change hands at this pay-per-view anyway. It's just like the last one. There were six title matches. The only ones that changed hand was the female,
But
or
this
no,
one-
the NXT or whatever.
This one might, for the simple fact that I don't know. See, I don't know how the fans of Saudi Arabia would take it. I don't know if they're more for Daniel Bryan or they're more for AJ Styles. AJ Styles has been around the last 3 years, but he's been all over independence in China and all that. But Daniel Bryan's been popular as shit for the last 6 years.
Yeah, I don't know either. So.
I don't see the title changing hands just because of the fact that it's going to be a new Universal Champion, period, anyway.
Right.
So There's no need. Why waste changing of titles in Saudi Arabia when there's going to be a new champion crowned regardless? Anyway.
Well, that and they want AJ to have the longest SmackDown run.
Which is how much longer?
Shouldn't be
Again,
too much longer at all.
this is my quarrel with the WWE, and I've been a fan since I've discovered the WWEF. You know, but storylines just suck. I mean, whoever's writing these gimmicks, man, it's like, what was the sole purpose of taking the WCW over? Was it, I mean, you didn't bring none of the realistic characteristics that they have in their wrestlers or their matches or their storylines or nothing. I feel like it's a lot of wasted talent on gimmicky storylines and not no actual wrestling. It's a whole lot of talk, even more talking than ever before than actual wrestling.
I don't know if there's more talking than ever before. I think there's the same amount of talking as wrestling. The problem is some of these gimmicks they do have, like Bray Wyatt, was a great fucking gimmick, except for when you lose for 2 straight years,
you can't lose
you
every
can't
fucking
be
match.
the Eaters of the World, Mr. Badass. So they ruined him. As much as I don't like him because I think he's a little bit too jittery, Ziggler is a good performer.
He's a great heel. I like him as a heel.
He'll never get any kind of pop by himself ever again. He'll never be able to do it by himself ever again. He's gonna always need somebody else to get a pop.
Like
he deserves more than
I
that.
keep wanting to call him Zayn Malik for some reason. Who is Kevin Owens' old partner?
Oh, Sami Zayn?
Yeah. I don't think about that dude at all now.
Well, he's been hurt. Sami Zayn was good. It's just he played the jittery Jew person too much, and that was a little bit too much. It was like watching Ben Stiller in fucking
Anything.
every movie.
Yeah, exactly. We just don't like him.
But he was a good wrestler. He was a good performer, and he's those guys that you need to get his ass whooped all the time because you don't have very many of those guys anymore. But
Yeah, no one wants to just be a loser.
Back in the day, you had primetime wrestling instead of Raw, and the superstars would come out and fight nobody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jobbers.
You ever heard it? Yeah.
Complete jobbers.
well, they've gotten back to that a little bit for some of the guys.
Well, it's like usually a local guy, and then they just
They do it too much. Like,
Oh, by the way, in the background is Clash of the Champions number.
November 20th, 1990.
So if you hear us go off topic for a minute with the wonderful freaking hairstyles of the early 90s, you know why.
It's one of the Freebirds.
Hell yeah.
Jimmy Garvin.
Is that Doc Hendricks or is that Michael P.S. Hayes?
Jimmy Garvin. Michael P.S.A. standing outside. But
Yeah. I can't believe they made him change his name. Oh, thank you, K-Fab.
Yeah, right. But yeah, like I was saying, so yeah, I have a problem kind of with the best in the world thing because most of the best in the world aren't in the match.
Right. Well, who would you? Okay, we'll say this. Who would be your top 8 best in the world then? Right now in WWE alone, just in the WWE right now, because that's the guys they went with, minus John Cena because
Like as they are right this second, or as their reputation goes.
Your
just in general.
top.
In general.
I mean, Triple H.
So okay, because you're gonna have old guys in there because there's already old guys in there already.
Right. But what I'm saying is like.
Right. I'm just saying.
My question was
old
like,
guys doesn't matter.
My question was like Undertaker would be there, but not this Undertaker.
Right.
So that's
but
what
I'll
I'm
give you
saying.
that this Triple H could still go.
Right, exactly. So this Triple H has got to be in the best in the world match. Chris Jericho's got to be in the best in the world match. He's not WWE right now, but he's not really
I
anything.
agree what you're saying, but
so
we're
he kinda could
saying
be.
guys right now.
Right.
Since Sean's back for this event, would you put him in there?
Probably, because I mean he's not as old and out of shape.
But as his first match
old and
back-
broken down.
None of his first match.
Yeah, that's tough. No, I mean Triple H I give to because he's been wrestling.
Right. So we'll say Triple H.
Of the guys wrestling now, Rollins, I'll give him that.
Rollins.
You got to put AJ Styles in there. I mean, he's got to be top 8 in WWE right now, easy.
But they wanted to separate the title match, and right now, since Bryan is supposedly not going, we'll throw AJ in there. So you got 3. You got Triple H, AJ, and Seth.
Randy Orton, he's in it.
Would you keep Orton in it? And best in the world?
Yeah.
See, I would put my surprise pick. I would put Almas in it.
He's good, but
Well, he's put on hella good matches for a year, whether it's been NXT or WWE. And he's in the company, and we're talking about the best in the world. Not the best of all time, not the best rookie. We're talking about the best in the world. Right now, the way he wrestles, I think he's one of the best in the world.
The best
Now,
in the world,
on the mic, he's terrible because he doesn't know English too well. But we're talking about in the ring, he gives me good storytelling. For a guy who's young, fantastic storytelling.
I can't argue with that.
That's my surprise I would put in there.
And we're talking
I'd
best-
also have to put Kevin Owens in there.
The Miz.
But he's hurt.
We're talking best in the world that's in the company right now.
Right.
The Miz has got to be in there.
And hell, I would even throw in Ricochet because you know how much I love Ricochet.
What about Jeff Hardy?
I think he's too old. I don't know if I'd put him as best in the world.
You got a lot of old
He's
guys
well,
in
he's,
there
he's
right
well
now.
liked for sure.
You got
I don't think
you
best
got-
in the world.
And I'll give you that. But I would put Adam Cole or Ricochet in there over Jeff Hardy. Because we're talking best in the world. And right now, those two have been the North American champions in NXT. And I know it's not WWE, but it's right there. They're under the same umbrella. We're talking about the best in the world in their company. Right now, as small as he is, Adam Cole is put on every time he's in a match. It's a good match.
Well, it's
Ricochet could go with anybody.
It's WWE, so what about Pete Dunne?
Would you be afraid that his style doesn't fit well in that tournament?
Well, having a guy whose style is outside the norm would be perfect.
Because all he is really is Daniel Bryan with a little bit of Chris Benoit aggressiveness.
Well, that's good for a tournament. Still one-on-one matches.
You want a tournament to have a bunch of varied guys. You don't want
If it
the
was-
same
if
type
it
of
was-
guys
you already
fighting.
had AJ in there,
if it
but
was
you
a-
put Daniel Bryan in.
If it was a battle royal or something, it'd be different
Yeah.
because you got grapplers can't do any good.
How many people are in this tournament again?
Hey. Well, we're just going to try to get down to the final 8. I agree with Triple H should be in it.
Yeah.
I agree with AJ should be in it. And I agree with Seth Rollins should be in it. Because right now, those are the top 2 guys in the company and Triple H. I would put, in my opinion, if he was healthy and he's not, Kevin Owens, so you can't put him in there.
Would you put Roman in it if he wasn't wrestling? If he wasn't hurt?
If Roman was in it,
If
I
he
don't
wasn't
think we'd
hurt,
be
yeah,
having
He's
this
not hurt,
conversation.
but you know.
I couldn't put Strowman in the tournament style because it wouldn't be fair.
He's not a wrestler.
Well, not only that, you couldn't.
He's not. I mean, he's great.
He's
He's
going
going
to win
to
his
beat people
one-on-one
up.
matches.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
So it's just, I mean, that's your automatic champion.
So would you put Brock Lesnar in there?
No.
Mysterio.
Mysterio, I would put it in. If I can't get Ricochet, I'll take Bray. But even though he's still a little old.
Is he not in there? Like
He beat the Miz. He beat the Miz on SmackDown.
Right. And that's probably who's going to fight.
And I would
for
put the
Strowman.
Miz in there as far as current WWE guys.
Not a word for Samoa Joe at all.
So we're going to keep.
Yeah, I would put Samoa Joe in there.
he's
think
injured
he's
though,
hurt,
so
too.
yeah. He literally, I just read a thing that said is it confirmed that he's injured and he's out right now.
Oh, that sucks.
But okay, so right now we have Triple H, Seth Rollins, AJ Styles. Are we going to.
What about the Miz? Are we unanimous on
The
the
Miz?
It's
I would say the Miz
I
would be in
would,
there.
what's his name?
That's 4.
And Ray?
Ray,
5.
5.
What's my guy?
You guys said no.
Mahal.
Who?
No,
Jinder
fuck
Mahal?
Yeah, I would put him in there.
No, I'd put Drew McIntyre in before Jinder Mahal.
I would put
That's-
both of them in there.
No, Jinder Mahal's terrible.
Yeah, agreed.
Man, he's a big guy, man.
He might be the only person I hate worse than Dolph Ziggler.
He's a big guy. Yeah, so is Lex Luger.
Oh my God! Don't even
Well,
go there.
Lex
We're
Luger's
on a
not in the
different
company.
topic. Don't even go, Lex
We're-
Luger.
we're-
Lex Luger is the worst main eventer of all time. The worst main eventer of all time. However, Lex Luger got in a fucking main event, I will never know. He's the worst main eventer of all time. And it's only because of his look, ladies and gentlemen. That's the only reason why he's got in there main events. I hate Lex Luger. I don't hate him.
His character.
I really like your much.
That and the fact that he killed Miss
Killed Miss
Elizabeth.
Elizabeth. Yeah, that's some bullshit.
What?
Yes, you didn't know about that?
Did he kill Miss
Him
Elizabeth?
and
Or
Miss
just,
Elizabeth were taking pills and drinking one day, and next thing you know, Miss Elizabeth ain't breathing. And he's crying and calling the police. He fucking made Miss Elizabeth overdose. That's another reason I don't like Lex Luger. Plus, he's part of the Wolf Pack, and he was the fucking dude. He was like a librarian in the Wolf Pack. He's that nerdy. It was like Kurt Hennig
He
singing
should
country
have never
songs.
have been in the
I hate rap.
NWO. Period.
Right, he's Lex Luger.
He
He's
should have.
terrible.
They should have kept him as a WCW company man, like the rest of them.
Lex Luger's terrible. He's the worst main eventer ever.
Hey, talk to Lex Luger live.
See, I told you. Made him bitter for no
It's
reason.
Sting, not Lex Luger.
No, but it said talk to Lex
Oh,
Luger.
oh, gotcha.
The best thing about Sting
Tony
is he takes
Schiavone.
off his mask and his
Buddy.
face paint's going on.
Shout back. Woo! To Sting.
All right.
All right, so we got 5 in there, right? We
Yeah.
need 3 more in the company right now. Would you put a Finn Balor in there? He's a good worker.
Finn's good. Ricochet's good. I wouldn't disagree with
You
Adam Cole.
For a tournament, you do need people who are going to lose and be good workers. So,
See, I would put one of the New Day members in there.
oh, what's his name? The bigger one.
Big
Big
E.
E.
Yeah, absolutely.
If we're talking about a tournament, and
I would put Kofi in there.
and you ain't got big guys already, so Big E could be the bigger type of powerhouse.
Kofi
guy.
just got his ass whipped. What about Big Show?
Nah.
Big Show's gonna limp himself.
Big Show's
To
back.
victory.
Big Show's back. He's part of the bar now.
Told you, talk to Lex Luger live.
Whatever, tonight, 805-825. Whatever. Don't call that number, ladies and gentlemen. It's a little waste of space. All you hear is him crying to the police about Miss Elizabeth's dead. I don't know. She's not breathing. She's not breathing. I don't know what I did. Stop feeding her pills, jackass.
I want to buy that hotline number just so I can do that.
Whatever, Buddy Landell.
Fake Flair.
They're all fake Flair, dude. Look at him.
Then that's the natural Buddy Landell. Thank you. Or no, that's the natural. The nature boy, Buddy Landell. That's where he got it from. Watch him.
No, Buddy Rogers.
No, this dude. Watch him.
No, Buddy Rogers where he got it from.
Flying
Brian Pillman. Oh, before he started shooting at Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Still wearing the Bengals tights.
Yes. Oh my God, I love that freaking mullet. I don't even know if that's a mullet. It's like a perm mullet.
Permed on the
How
top.
do you get a perm mullet?
Perm on the top. And, yeah, business in the front, party in the back.
Fucking cocaine and steroids, bro. That's what we're all about right here. That's early wrestling right there.
All right, so we're still at 5 here. We've got Ricochet. We haven't taken Ray yet. Well, Ray was 5. So
Ray was 5.
We got Ricochet, Adam Cole.
No, we don't. Okay, those are the extra ones.
Ricochet, Adam Cole, Finn Balor, Pete Dunne.
Pete Dunne. Who else is on Raw and SmackDown right now?
That's any good?
Would you put Ambrose in it now, especially what happened? After what happened.
As far as the best in the world, he's not done a lot lately, so I don't know. It's tough. Either of the bar.
I would put Cesaro. I'm a big fan of Cesaro's in-work capability. If we're doing a tournament, it's all about wrestling. I would put him in
Yeah,
there.
I agree.
He's a different style with things. We got.
So
in
he
there
could be
already.
on the list.
Bobby Roode.
Bobby Roode's good, but he's not done anything lately.
World, yeah.
3 or 4 years ago, yeah, I'd have him on the list maybe. At WWE, but they need to bring in James
back-
Storm.
say
I would
Big
love
E
to
would
see
be
them
Big
bring
E.
back
Yeah,
James
Big E's on the
Storm.
list. He's one of them.
So that'd be 6, 7. So we need 3 more. No, 1 more.
6 and 7. Big E was 6. Who's 7?
Cesaro.
Oh, Cesaro. Okay.
And then 8. What would
So
you
then
do?
8's got to come down to again Ricochet, Adam Cole.
So you want to put one of the NXTers in there?
So I would almost do Ricochet over Adam Cole just because I've seen a lot more of him because
Well,
of all the lucha stuff.
And if you have a matchup with him and Ray, either first or second round, it would be glorious. Or he could work with Seth Rollins or Finn Balor or whoever.
Oh yeah, he could work with any of them, but he would work spectacularly with one of those guys, especially Ray. But
Or
for anybody that doesn't know, Ricochet was Prince Puma the first 2 or 3 seasons, 3 seasons
3 seasons Lucha.
of Lucha Underground.
Way cooler back then.
And I quickly
Yeah,
fell on
but-
his jock
Still good,
quickly.
though.
'Cause
Yeah, he
Ricochet
is the shit.
fantastic.
So
And
anybody
he's fantastic.
anybody that likes wrestling that hasn't watched Lucha Underground, I don't know what streams it's on or anything like that, but watch it. It's
El
good
Rey
actually.
Network.
It's on the El Rey Network, the live stuff. I don't know if the old stuff's
It's
on
on
there or
the
not.
old stuff's on Netflix.
Is
The
it?
first
Right.
2 seasons are on Netflix,
Right.
yes.
Yeah.
So you can watch Prince Puma and all his
So
glory.
there
there.
you go. It's well worth it.
The reason I like Ricochet, and I've always said this, he's a bigger, as in taller, and a little bit more stout version of Rey Mysterio. When Rey was Rey, kind of like he is now. He's
Right.
back to being Rey, not steroid Rey. And he's a good wrestler. He's a good worker. He goes out there and does fantastic spots. I mean, he puts on a show. If we're talking about WWE, what does the E stand for? It's not alliance, it's entertainment.
Right,
and
yeah.
Ricochet is very entertaining.
Yeah.
If we're talking about best in the world.
Of those guys, that would be my vote. Would be for him.
Who would you like to see actually win the tournament?
With all those guys in it, that's tough. I really don't want to see Seth because he does the same 7 moves over and over.
But that's the WWE now.
Right, I agree.
Because over his career, he's done a lot more.
Oh, yeah.
But now he just does the 7.
You know what I'm realizing is WWE is it's like superhero shit where it's like these are your powers. Here are your 3 moves. Here are your 4 moves. Here are 5 moves.
Well, it's right. It's they don't tell stories anymore. That's why they talk. The talking is what tells the stories.
A lot of animation, man. Yeah. A lot of animation.
Right. That's why I still like Triple H so much. It's because he gets in there and he tells me the story of what's going on.
Man, but that last...
And Kevin Owens.
Kevin Owens is
I
good
love
at
Kevin Owens.
That last DX promo kind of sucked to me, man. Oh, yeah, it's like they didn't know what to say.
Well, they're old, man.
Well, they're old. And they can't say any of the shit they used to be able to.
They can't ask for boobs
that's what I
anymore.
text him with Geriatric X is back. Because, they're older and shit. But,
and Sean Ball just ain't working, man. It just ain't working. Little Sean Ball ain't working.
Ain't working.
Yeah, it's not, I don't know what's going on with that, but he was losing his hair or he's doing a movie or something, probably.
Okay, so there would be our tournament for the best in the world. So what's the rest of your pay-per-view Crown Jewel look like? I mean, you can still do Strowman versus Brock for the title.
Yeah, still got that.
Man, you're in Saudi Arabia, so you got to put up some other titles.
Yeah.
Well, you can't do the WWE title because Bryan's not going anyways. We put AJ in the tournament.
Yeah, so AJ's in the tournament.
The Intercontinental title is around Seth's weight, which is already in the tournament.
Yeah, so that's not happening.
You're not going to do the United States title in Saudi Arabia, you don't think?
You're not doing... Well, you might. It's Shinsuke. I don't know. Do they allow Asian people in Saudi Arabia?
They don't allow women, that's for sure.
They don't allow them to wrestle.
They don't allow Sami Zayn. No women's title.
Syrian.
Who's the tag team?
okay.
The Bar?
The Bar.
They're going to face New Day again, probably. Something.
Now Cesaro's in the tournament.
Well, that's right. So that's ours. So no tag teams. Tag teams are out.
They're in the tournament. Rollins is.
What about the Raw tag team titles?
That's Rollins and Ambrose.
Okay, no, it's not.
Yeah, they just won it.
Oh, that's right. Shit, yeah.
And did the heel turn. So I mean, you got. You can't do the women's titles.
Nope, no women's title. Yeah. NXT title is who? It's Ricochet.
Ciampa. You do Ciampa and Aleister Black like you're supposed to.
Who's the cruiserweight?
Yeah, you do that.
Cruiserweight.
205
Right
Live.
now is Buddy Murphy.
205 Live. Yeah, do that one. 205 Live. Him versus. Can you do Cedric? Do they let black people in?
Yes, the New Day was at Saudi
Oh, that's right.
Arabia
Okay, all right.
Come
So,
on.
it's been a while.
I just don't like women because women are their property.
Or gays. What's his name going?
Who's gay? Velvet Dream's not going.
He's
not going.
He's not. He won't be.
I was about to say you put him in the tournament.
But shout out to Velvet Dream, one of the best entertainers in NXT.
Amazing.
See, there he is, Lex Luger. You show up there with Ric Flair. That is so fucking terrible. That is a disgrace to wrestling right there.
Yeah, agreed.
Ric Flair just banged Miss Elizabeth. He didn't try to kill her.
You still got. Well, you don't because Triple H is in the match too. So you can't have Triple H, Shawn versus the Brothers of Destruction.
No, but you can make that handicap match and just kill Shawn Michaels.
Right.
That would work, I guess.
Give Shawn Michaels Mick Foley.
No, you can't do Mick Foley. He would die.
The Rock.
Oh, Rock's not going. That's bad for his image.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's bad for his
image. Yeah,
image.
that ain't happening.
That's why John Cena ain't going.
Yeah.
Bad for the image. Got a movie coming out, bro. Can't do it. With my JBL haircut.
These fucking liberals.
Have you seen him lately?
Yes.
Did you see the JBL haircut, dude? I thought WWE tricked the shit out of me.
I thought
JBL went out there and John Cena's get up, and no, I was completely wrong.
The first thing I thought was, fuck.
I was completely wrong.
His haircut looks like Superman. He better not be fucking playing Superman.
He ain't gonna be no Superman.
He might be Superman.
No,
fuck that.
He's too short.
Big cat.
Superman ain't short.
I mean, Superman's taller than fucking, what's his name?
Oh, man, he was so much better when they put him in a suit.
Clearly, our pay-per-view is the tournament and
Clearly.
the heavyweight, the Raw tag heavyweight championship match.
Yeah, because you can't even put Ziggler and because he's in the tournament.
I don't.
No, Ziggler isn't in the tournament. So do Ziggler and Drew McIntyre versus Dean Ambrose and Sheamus.
Yeah, right. Since he turned on him, give Dean a new partner.
You got Elias. So Elias can go against anybody, or hell, just go out there and play the guitar for 15 minutes.
Yeah, probably what he'll do. Yeah,
That'll be good.
although nobody out there get that.
Don't say
shit.
the wrong thing that'll get you beheaded.
Right,
Right,
yeah,
yeah.
because he can't talk
Oh,
shit
man.
about Saudi
They'll
Arabia.
say he can't say anything bad, but he's a face now though, or getting that.
Oh,
way.
right.
That's probably why they switched him
Yeah.
real quick, so we could just not shit on Saudi Arabia. And he'll switch right back when they go back.
Oh man, if he had said something about women.
Is Kurt Angle going?
Yeah, he's in the
Yeah,
tournament.
he's in the
Oh,
tournament.
duh.
Not in our tournament, but in their
Yeah,
tournament.
their tournament. Well, he's not in our tournament, so we could have him face somebody.
Because he was clear.
Kurt Angle versus Baron Corbin. Like it's
Yeah,
supposed to
Baron
be.
Corbin. Hell yeah.
There you go.
Good call. I like
For
Baron
who's going to
Corbin.
be
I
GM
like
or
Baron Corbin.
Who's-
GM or Raw.
Kurt Angle dressing as on what you call it recently?
Oh, the
Pretend to be
stupid,
somebody else.
the stupid
And I'll tell you this:
The stupid
they may
golden
not
dude.
allow
Yeah,
women
I
in
can't
Saudi
remember,
Arabia, but if
assassin
they saw
number two,
some
I
of
think.
Paige's porno, they'd allow women in Saudi
Right?
Arabia.
Yeah.
But they don't. They don't. I don't know why.
Kurt Angle versus Corbin Dallas,
Corbin Dallas.
and
Baron Corbin, in case y'all didn't know, we call him Corbin Dallas, or multi-pass is acceptable answer.
still telling you, man, Baron Corbin and Bo Dallas, Corbin Dallas tag team.
Call him multi-pass.
Yep, multi-pass, Corbin Dallas.
Multi-pass for the
Call 'em-
titles.
They're the fifth element, baby.
Right, there you go, the fifth element.
So yeah, there's that pay-per-view. Who's winning the title?
I think Braun's going to win it. Are we talking legitimate pay-per-view now?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
that
legitimate
way.
pay-per-view.
We'll
Yeah.
go with it. Legitimate pay-per-view, I think Braun should win the title.
Agreed, because Brock's not going to be around. I'm tired of that bullshit.
Yeah,
Right.
That him on and is he gonna be?
Well,
here? Is he
Brock
not
came
gonna
out,
be here?
or Braun came out on Monday night and was like, I'll be here every week and I'll defend the title.
And
so-
Roman Reigns could get the first title shot.
Right, yeah.
Right.
So,
I
yeah.
know I've been hating on him and threw him through an ambulance and
Right.
flipped him over in a semi and,
When he
about
comes
killed
back-
him. But,
But now he's got
he gets
cancer.
the title
Cool.
shot. Right.
Yeah.
I tried to beat the cancer out of him, but it just didn't work.
Didn't work. You know what, cancer? You're going to get these hands.
Right. Yeah. Oh no.
Yeah, that's what's going to happen.
He can go to Roman's hospital room.
Have you seen
Hit
the
him with a
Roman
bed-
WWE
Hit him with a
Susan G.
bedpan.
Komen for the Cure have joined
Have
together.
you seen the Roman Reigns fuck
Always.
cancer shirt?
I seen it.
He's sitting there getting ready to do his gay Superman punch, but instead of doing that, he's just sitting there flipping off.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
And it says, fuck cancer. I like it. I am very sad that Roman's not around because I
Too
like
bad.
Roman. He's a good storyteller.
Yeah.
I like the
Lead
super.
out.
I like the
He
Superman
deserves better.
punch,
He deserves
but I'm
better.
tired of super cock in the arm thing.
Yeah.
Well,
Just do the punch.
well, don't do it 15 times. That's
Yeah.
the problem. If it didn't work the first time, what makes you think it's going to work
Right.
30
Well, you can do it 15 times. Just don't try the finishing move.
Right. Right. Exactly. Be smart with it. Come on. You guys are intelligent. Be smart with your moves.
Just do the shit in the spirit.
Like, I'm sorry, but Braun Strowman does a power slam to you. That should all be the end of it.
It's done.
Right. You should get the 1, 2, 3 automatically, no kickouts. But that is not how WWE is scripted nowadays.
Yeah, that's the only way they can build excitement is repeated kickouts of
We're
finishing.
going Braun then? Braun
Yeah,
for the main
agreed.
title,
Braun.
Universal? You saying Braun? Braun or Brock?
I'm gonna say Brock. I'm gonna be the one that's being difficult.
And you know what? It's gonna be Brock because WWE.
Okay,
is supposed to
so-
piss
It
everybody
might
off.
be Brock because they're in Saudi Arabia
Yeah.
and they want to get a pop. And Brock, I guarantee, gets a bigger pop than Braun.
Yeah.
Because hell,
It's freaking
if
Brock.
they are 20 years behind, then they're getting all Brock Lesnar right now.
Yeah.
And that's fantastic. Thank you, WWE Network.
I don't know if you can do that though. You're no Roman Reigns, no title. It's like, what do you do with
But then we're
Raw?
just
Seth.
back. We're back to the
Seth.
same fucking bullshit
That's
that
what
was
you
when it
do.
was
You
just
do
Brock
Seth.
and Roman.
And you run Seth, and you run Seth, and you run Seth.
Look, Seth is what is half tag
Man,
team
this
and
is-
Intercontinental.
Right.
Yeah.
This would be the perfect opportunity to bring CM Punk back. I don't want to hear it, Jake. Mumbles.
I want to see CM Punk back.
I would like to see CM Punk versus the Architect.
I'd rather see
That's just
Jericho
me.
back.
No,
I'd rather
because
see
CM
X-Pac
Punk
come back.
right now is not in
What?
wrestling shit.
X-Pac wasn't any good in his prime.
Hey man.
That-
He
That's
just
what I
Tell
don't want
China
to see
that.
Punk.
he wasn't any good at wrestling in his
Yeah.
prime.
Tell
I mean,
China that.
He just got lucky and got friends with the most powerful people around.
Hey man, that's a talent in and of itself.
Okay, that's the real question I have. This
He
is
had
one
the best
question.
cocaine.
And for the
He
people,
was-
all right, let's just say, was
That's
he
a
the drug
superpower.
dealer? Is that why he was allowed?
He looked like it. Headbang the band.
I mean, if you look at it, Kevin Nash
Remember-
has no problem getting pussy or anything like that. He's the main eventer. Same with Razor.
You see, no
Shawn
Razor
Michaels.
'cause he's
Triple
oozing
H
with
got brought
machismo
into the group
now.
because he was a sober driver. What was X-Pac? Was he the drug guy?
He's the one who had all the dope problems.
Right? Is that? It has to be
Remember,
Ross
he was.
Grant,
He's a huge
right?
Remember, the
advocate for
1, 2,
marijuana
3
shit.
kid was
Right.
a jogger.
Right, I know.
He just had a name.
Yeah.
Until Razor. Until he beat Razor. Right, that's what I'm saying. Was he just the drug guy?
He was like,
So
put
that's
me
why he was
over and
allowed?
I'll get you the good shit.
Right, he's the one sitting
every
in the back.
town we go to, I know somebody.
Right. Speaking of that, like, true story from Danny Bonaducci. Going off subject. Danny Bonaducci, he said in the height of his drug doing days, every town he'd go to, he'd watch the news. And if he heard a couple drug-related deaths or something like that, he would go to that part of town to buy drugs.
Jesus.
That's how he found his drugs.
That's how I would know to go there. Cause
Right,
that's what he
because he
heard.
watched the news. The news told him where to go, basically.
Funny.
Antidote from Danny Bonaducci. Shout out to the redhead.
That's horrible.
What do you guys think about title holders not being able to go show to show?
What, like Brock Lesnar?
Like any title holder, like SmackDown, AJ Styles.
Oh, from like Raw to SmackDown.
You're
Yeah.
saying split. You don't like the split? Or
Well,
do you like the
he.
split?
I think he means he'd rather see the
I'd
champion
rather
be
see
able
the
to go from
champion
one
be
show
able
to
to
the
go to
next.
any show he wants to.
Like they
to
used to do
defend-
with the tag titles?
Well, like they used to do back in the day. Period. You know, the title holder should be able to go to.
Well,
any
everybody
show.
was
Well,
on-
no.
everybody
because the
was on
champions
both
didn't
shows
go to
back
different
then.
shows. The head champions. But the tag titles did.
Yeah.
Back in the early 2000s, but Triple H was the WCW champion. And I think... Who was the other champion? Who
I
was
don't remember, but they only had one set of tag champs, and they went from
right,
both
because
shows.
Triple H was only on... It was only where Evolution was. It was whenever they were on
Had to
Raw
be
or whenever they
Raw.
were on SmackDown. That's when he was there, and he was only on that show. And the other one had a separate champion as well. But the tag titles went from both shows. But they
That's
didn't
really
have
good
many
when
tag
cameras
team
move
people
around.
either. Like that was when Miz and Morrison were winning tag team champions.
I was on hiatus.
Amazing
Every man takes a hiatus from wrestling, especially when the
got to.
storylines
True.
suck.
Well, like they say, every 7 years they can redo a storyline because that's how much fall off there is. Because the next generation of kids are the ones that are getting it brand new,
Yeah.
which makes sense.
Yeah, 'cause
Get over anything.
you figure like me, high school age is about like the time period when you don't watch much either because
It
you're
was
not
me for middle
interested
school
because of
for
your
me.
age or
You
because,
discover girls. Let's tell the truth.
Well, I was gonna say either because I was gonna say because either you're just because of your age, you know, it's not cool, or you know, you just got other shit to do, playing sports, chasing girls.
And when you get enough girls, which is never enough, but when you get satisfied enough girls, then you start watching your own shit again because you're like, well, fuck it, I am who I am.
Once
Fuck
your
it.
pile
Right?
of women has satisfied you, you can move back on the rest.
Or once you get
Well,
zero,
not necessarily back on the wrestling, but you're gonna go back to doing your shit.
Right, yeah.
Okay. You
or
won't
once
be, oh,
you get
come
zero
along.
girls and
But
don't
I
plan
don't-
on having any, then you can just do it anyway.
Right.
But
All right. So we got Braun Strowman and Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
As one match.
I really hope Brock doesn't win because it will just become Brock versus Roman.
so what's the real tournament? Do we know the matches or no?
There's the Raw side. I can give you the matches. I assume it's gonna be RKO versus Jeff Hardy because they've been going after that. I
They
assume it's
just-
gonna be The Miz versus Rey Mysterio, and that's the SmackDown side. The Raw side will probably be John Cena or whoever replaces John Cena versus Kurt Angle, and the other one would be Dolph Ziggler versus Seth Rollins because they've been fighting each other.
Right.
That's why I assume the matches.
So
are.
Rollins wins that one.
Huh?
Rollins wins that one.
Can't say the other one.
If
because
Cena's
we
not
don't know
going,
who's
I think
put
Angle
John
was going to
Cena.
win anyways.
I say if Cena's not going, Angle's winning.
I think Angle was going to win anyways.
So
I think they're going to give him two matches.
so Raw is more likely going to be Rollins and Angle.
Right.
SmackDown will be Orton and Hardy's kind of up in the air.
I would love to see Hardy and Ray,
That'd
but I
be
don't think
good.
that's going to happen.
That'd be better than Orton and Ray.
It's probably going to be Hardy and Miz.
Okay, cool. Because Ray beat Miz this week, but they got one more week, right?
Yes.
And then the pay-per-view. So
Yes.
Um,
But I would like to see Hardy and Ray, which it probably won't be Ray. It'll probably be Miz and Hardy. I don't think Randy. I mean, Randy and Ray would be all right too.
All
I
right,
guess.
here, you want to know the matches? Matches are Lesnar versus Strowman, Styles versus Bryan, DX versus Brothers
Hang on, hang on. Go to the tournament one.
Yeah, go
World Cup. Is that the World Cup?
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So Cena versus Angle, Hardy versus Orton, Rollins versus Ziggler, Miz versus Mysterio.
Hey,
All right.
that's how much I know wrestling. That's fucking terrible. They
So-
didn't even have to look at
So
it.
either way, it's Angle and Rollins.
Right, Angle and Rollins. I'm gonna say Ray. I'm gonna go Ray and Orton.
But now that Cena's not even going, this isn't correct. Since he obviously was not going.
Yeah, but Cena
that's enough to tell us what we need to know.
Yeah.
Angle's gonna fight the
Because
guy.
Angle's going to win, whoever
Yeah.
he's fighting. Because even if he was losing to Cena, I can't see him losing to anybody but Cena. So,
Right.
because he's not going to win anyway. Because Rollins is going to beat him in the next round more than likely.
Right, Cena's gonna come in and do his fucking moveset.
They don't
and
have
leave.
Elias
Because
replace.
he's not technically under
Very
contract right
possibly.
now.
Right.
Or they'll bring back somebody else that's old but popular just for the,
Michael Wall Street.
just for the Saudi pop.
Before he became the IRS,
Yep.
he was Michael Wall
Who's
Street.
see the chick?
Yeah.
You know who that was?
Who was that?
Hey, well, let's see if they're going to come out. Anyway,
Angle
so
Rollins.
Who is that, man?
Jake, who is that?
That's Terry Reynolds.
There you go.
Ooh.
Terry Reynolds, that's Goldust's wife.
At the time when he was Goldust.
Yeah. Dustin Reynolds.
I knock on little kids' doors.
So we got Rollins beating.
That's the
We got Rollins winning the
fucking Bray
SmackDown side,
Wyatt.
or the Raw side.
Yeah, I'm taking Rollins to the finals.
So the SmackDown ones are kind of up in the air, but who do we see winning overall?
I say overall Rollins.
No, I mean SmackDown side.
SmackDown, I would
Who does Rollins face?
see.
I think the best match out of that is either Ray or Hardy.
Yeah, but Ray's gonna have to have quick matches to get to that third match.
Is it-
Yes, I know he's in great shape and he's been wrestling, but he's not in Rollins shape.
Well, they're going to be quick matches because there's a ton of matches.
Well, I'll give you that. Yeah, but they can go however long they want to. The last one was 6 hours.
Yeah, but that was including all the bullshit. So.
Yeah, but this is all their event. They don't have a time.
No.
limit.
But so
That's why they only give you the starting event. They don't give you a 7.
so Rollins is basically winning that. So
Right, the tournament.
yeah.
I think Rollins is going to go because I think that's the guy they're pushing to try to take over for Cena.
Well, and for Reigns at this
Right.
point. So
Sneeze. I don't know. You gonna bless you on that?
So-
Jeez,
Bless
guys.
you
Who do you think you are, church?
Yeah, that's the Church of Mumbles right here.
I'm sorry. I'm
you
trying to
didn't
see.
say God bless you when I sneezed.
I'm sitting here watching the Star Blazer.
Gazoon tight.
Is he related to the Blue Blazer?
I don't think so.
Probably not. 'Cause he made it to the ring.
So
Oh, does that mean
That's me.
that's it?
AJ Styles versus
Maybe Daniel Bryan.
Daniel Bryan, maybe.
Maybe.
AJ
Daniel Bryan
Styles.
has a fuse.
I think AJ Styles wins either way.
Yeah. I can't see Daniel Bryan AJ Styles.
Well, if they replace Daniel Bryan, then I definitely don't see it.
He's definitely not losing then.
Right.
But I don't think he's losing either way now.
I think he possibly could have lost to Bryan, but Survivor Series is after, so that's probably where he wins it.
Yeah.
I'm
That's
just
next
tripping
week,
over
pay-per-view.
Michael Wall Street.
What else we got, sir?
That's funny.
What?
No,
We got
matches.
the Bar versus
Yeah.
New Day.
Oh,
The
yeah,
Bar
yeah.
versus New Day. The Bar are keeping the titles.
I think they'll keep the titles, even though I love the New Day, and they should always have the titles.
Because they got Big Show now too, so it's 3-on-3.
Right.
And Big
Right.
Show choke slammed Kofi like 4 times on SmackDown
Anyways.
Tuesday.
Xavier Woods and Up Up Down Down podcast, fantastic stuff. Go get it. Go listen to it.
I haven't watched it, but
That's why I love the New
Jake
Day.
does and says he enjoys it, so I'm gonna have to give it a shot.
I'm sure it's great, and I'm sure I'll get to it one day.
Oh, dude, it's fantastic stuff. Especially the ones where they're playing the video games and they get the reactions of everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, it's great. Seth Rollins is going nuts one day. He's just like, no, it's not happening. And Xavier's just like, get out of my house. Kofi gets crazy, especially on football. Kofi gets crazy on football, dude. He turns into a different. Like if Kofi would trash talk on Raw, like he trash talks playing the video game, he'd be the greatest heel character ever.
Oh, nice.
Oh, dude, he's great. But yes, up, down, down. Shout out Xavier
Nice.
Woods, Austin Creed, whatever you want to call him.
So what else we got for other matches?
D-Generation X and the Brothers of Destruction.
Oh, the main event.
Oh man, I can't wait. All these
Main
old
event.
people getting in the ring and
Man,
Bring
what's
your
the-
senior
tussling.
citizens
I
pass.
say, what's the average age of the 4 guys in the ring there? 50,
Okay, can we all take a guess on how it's going to go? 3/4 of the match is Triple H and Kane.
Oh
Anybody?
yeah, for sure.
Anybody?
Yeah, absolutely.
And then a little bit of Shawn and a little bit of Taker.
Shawn
we
will
might get more Taker than Shawn.
Shawn will get beat up a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Shawn will be in
Oh, yeah.
while Shawn's in the ring, he'll be getting beat up and manhandled, and then Triple H will come in and do all their offense. And
So
we'll
you're
get
saying Shawn Michaels has become the new Ric Flair?
Yeah.
The new old Ric Flair?
yeah, exactly. And then at some point we'll get a sweet chin music, probably to Kane, and then a pedigree. Well, a sweet chin music to Taker probably, and then a pedigree to Kane, and that'll be it because
I will agree that I don't think Triple H or Undertaker will get pinned.
Triple H is winning that match, but I think he's beating.
Nobody's winning
Kane.
that match.
He's
It's
either
gonna-
he's beating.
We're gonna hear an intro song we haven't heard in a long time, and we're gonna see some interference from an outside force that we've been waiting to see. The clash with DX.
You tell me the NWO's coming back.
The NWO is coming back.
I'd love
man.
it, but that's why it ain't coming back because I'd love it. You give me Hall and Nash or Hall and X or Nash and X-Pac. I don't know if Hall can do it.
I don't know who
None of them can do it, dude. They're too
That's
old.
what I'm saying. I don't know which member can make it down the
X-Pac
ring.
would be the
but
best fighter on the NWO's team.
that's-
And that's terrible.
But that's the thing is you bring in X-Pac, have him run out with a couple new guys, not like new guys, but new guys they've recruited, and then have Hall, and then like have Nash and Hall or Hogan walk out because that's the thing is it's Saudi. They want all the old guys. They asked for fucking Ultimate Warrior, who's been dead for what like 6 years.
Yeah, they did. They did. They
So
actually- they really
I mean,
did.
they
They
don't.
wanted
give a
Hulk
shit.
Hogan versus The Rock Part 2.
That's what I mean.
That's not happening unless it's in a movie.
So if we could get the NWO, it'd be here because that's what they'd asked for.
Right.
But whether it even stuck around, I don't know. But I'd still take it.
Kane's getting pinned because he's the only one that has nothing to lose because he's the mayor.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Everybody else has stuff to lose in wrestling.
yeah. Kane gets positive PR for this. Really, either way you go.
I just don't want to. I
said
really don't
he's
want to
gonna
see
have
that
all the
match.
kids voting for him. That's weird.
Am I the only one that really doesn't want to see that wrestling?
No, because
Which
I don't.
I really
Which
don't.
one?
DX versus.
I really don't
Brothers
because of the
Destruction.
fact that
It-
I'm
I mean,
tired
I'll
of
watch
seeing
it.
these guys come out of retirement
Yeah.
to get beat the fuck up.
Right. Well,
And-
that and they can't do half the stuff that like Shawn could still super kick. Okay, Triple H can still go for the most part. Kane can still do his moves, but I do not want to see the Undertaker not be able to do but 3 moves, and half that is punching you in the corner.
Yeah, I'm just.
I
yeah.
have so much respect and what everything that man fucking. He died in WrestleMania 24. He died. He landed straight on his head, got up and won the match. Now he can't even jump out of the ring anymore. He could barely do old school. I don't want to see it anymore. And I love him. And I love to see him when he does all his entrances, mic talk. I still get chills when Undertaker comes out. But he can't perform like he did anymore. Father Time got him.
I would agree. I will. Don't want to see these guys wrestle. I don't want to see their legacies tarnished. I think they could have came up with a promo or some type of slick other than a full-fledged match. Like I said, I really don't think we're going to see a full-fledged match like they say. I think we're going to have some interference.
If anything,
from
they should have
Hulk
done.
Hogan and whatever revamped MWO.
If anything, you do Triple H versus Kane with like HBK and Undertaker in their corners or something.
That's what it's going to turn out to
Yeah.
be anyway. They're going to
Well, like I said, Taker's going to beat up Shawn a lot because Shawn can lay there and get beat up, and Taker can lay
It's
there.
not heavy enough.
Right, and
that
Taker
he
can lay there and hold him in a headlock and put him in different submission moves and body slam him and shit like that. And choke slam him because that's not his finishing move anymore.
Right.
So he'll give him a beating. Him and Kane will for a while. All the big moves will be Kane. And then at some point, Triple H will get in with Kane. They'll do some real fighting, a little bit of fighting with Undertaker. And all of a sudden, like I said, we'll get some sweet chin music probably on Undertaker. and then the distraction from that will cause the pedigree from Triple H to.
I think we get Sweet Chin Kane, then Kane to a pedigree.
Yeah.
That's how it goes.
How do you get rid of? How does Taker get taken out of the equation?
On the outside, you throw him to the steps of the barricade.
Because you got to do something just so he doesn't interfere.
This is DX. We're gonna have a sledgehammer or some type of weapon.
Is there any kind of stipulation on this match?
No, but there wasn't last time until the day of.
Gotcha. Well, it's Triple H, so he can do whatever.
That and they know that they can't move around so much, so give them a couple weapons and let them go to town a little bit. It's a little bit better than letting them wrestle.
I mean, dude, like I have no nostalgia for these guys. Like I recognize where they came from and all that.
Number 10.
I just I don't want to see a bunch of old dudes wrestle, honestly.
Number 10 is
Norman and the Juicer.
Storm and Norman Smiley.
Screaming Norman Smiley.
The Screaming Norman Smiley, yeah.
Storm and Norman Smiley. That was
Smiley.
fantastic stuff. Yes. Him and the hardcore in WCW was fantastic stuff. The Big Wiggle, dude. You gotta love the Big Wiggle.
Oh, yeah. For sure. He had the biggest head ever.
Brian.
So, all right. So,
what's the next match then?
yeah, what we got next?
I think the only other match was the World Cup matches and just AJ Styles and because we already talked about Brock Lesnar and Braun Strowman, right?
Yeah, we did that match.
AJ Styles and Daniel Bryan.
We did that match.
Yeah, D-Generation X versus the other guys, and the
Bars,
Bars, New Day. Yeah, that's
it.
it.
Makes sense. You got tournament in there, so
Yeah.
that's good. Makes sense. I'm bringing it up just because there is one this Sunday.
So, what was the next pay-per-view?
Yeah, Survivor Series is the next pay-per-view, technically. Unless you want to watch this Sunday.
Well, we should say that'll be the next pay-per-view that we pay-per-view.
matters.
Well, we view.
There's only one match I want to see off the women's one. And that's just because, one, it's the two best wrestlers in women's wrestling. And two, it's the last man standing match, so it's going to be a little bit unique.
Talking about the Trish.
You're talking about Rick and, Charlotte
Becky
Flair and
Becky and
Becky
Rick.
Lynch.
Yeah.
Little Rick. You would have a Little Rick, but come on.
Little Rick. No, that's Little Nate.
Little Nate, my
That's
bad.
not Little Rick. That's Little Nate. No, Charlotte and Becky. That would be a good match. The other ones, I don't see. Nikki Bella would get her face smashed in if it was a real match against Ronda Rousey.
They both
And I
would
fucking
get their
hate
face
Ronda
smashed
Rousey.
in.
I hate Ronda Rousey.
Oh, I love
She can't
Ronda
fight
Rousey.
fucking nobody.
What? I love Ronda
You
Rousey.
don't think the
Killing
Trish
herself.
Stratus and the
No, that match gonna suck. That match gonna suck. Unless they're naked, I don't give a fuck. My match, and like I told Tim, and this was fucking months ago, the match that should headline WrestleMania should be Trish Stratus versus Alexa Bliss naked match. And that will get everybody to watch that goddamn match. That is the headline match for WrestleMania, if it's a women's match, which is probably going to be Charlotte versus Ronda. Whatever.
I mean, I think Ronda's all right. She takes it.
She's all right in wrestling.
Yeah. She's a horrible UFC fighter.
Horrible. That's what I'm saying. That's
Yeah.
the part about her I don't like.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
Well, but
In
she was
wrestling,
great
she's good.
when she didn't have any
But
competition.
she still would
Oh, yeah,
smash
that's what I mean.
Nikki's face in
No, yeah. She smashed both their faces in.
at the same time.
Yeah.
Terrible. But yeah, it's the pay-per-view that we won't name,
Yeah,
and the one that probably didn't even sell out.
It's called Evolution.
No,
Well,
no, that is the group that was founded by Triple H and Ric Flair. That's the only evolution we know. And you can say hashtag me too to
Triple
that.
H tearfully relinquished the Evolution title so they could use it for the whatever.
No, he didn't. I know him and fucking Orton about lost it when Batista said that comic about Rick.
which one?
Rick was sitting there and he was like, "Whoa, big fella, keep it in your pants."
Oh, yeah.
Triple H and Randy Orton about lost it,
Yeah, it's a kids show.
right? They lost. They were laughing their asses off. That's a person I think should come back. and do good.
RKO had a lot of animosity towards the whole group of Evolution.
He always did. He was the one that got kicked out of
So
it.
you should have. He was the first one who got booted out after
Right.
one of the champions.
And he got booted in extraordinary fashion.
Yep. Batista bomb.
Yeah. No, he didn't get Batista bomb. He was up on Batista's shoulders, getting cheered on, and Triple H gave the thumbs down, and it was over after that.
I thought he spun him around and gave him the Batista bomb. I guess maybe it was just an electric chair, wasn't it? Yeah, I know it.
And I don't know, is Ric Flair Evolution minus like 97, 98 Ric Flair taking off his clothes and elbow dropping it? Is that his second craziest stint as Ric Flair? Because Ric Flair Evolution was pretty fucking nuts.
Yeah, I mean, that's all he was. Because he didn't wrestle a lot.
Right. Well, he was in the tag team with Batista, and that's all he really did.
For a while.
Yeah, I mean, his craziest is...
Elbow dropping his clothes that he just stripped off himself.
Yeah.
Or having a heart attack in the middle of the ring.
I mean, yeah, his, like, early to mid... Well, what, mid-90s? WCW days?
I wouldn't even say mid-90s. I'd say 97, 98, maybe 99.
For Flair? For his craziest?
First craziest.
Damn sure wasn't in that late
Those
90s.
3 years I know for a fact. Every interview started, mean, woo,
My God.
Gene. Every interview. And then I'm pretty sure he wasn't on drugs then. Maybe that's why he was nuts. I don't know. All I know is you take off your clothes and
It was always great, though, because, I mean, one of my favorite interviews was from, like, one of the earlier WrestleManias, I think, when it was actually, like, the Horseman in WWF. But he was just nuts. Cause they
Yes. When he won the Royal Rumble, he was nuts, too. The interview afterwards. But that was more of his high-filing, wheeling, dealing kind of nuts, not just fucking crazy, cuckoo crazy.
True.
Fire me! I'm already fired. Fire me! I'm already fired.
Yeah.
You know, that's just nuts shit.
That little clique they had too was great. Him, Perfect, Bobby Heenan. That was like the shit.
Oh, yeah.
That was the
Well, that
shit.
it was just common sense you put them together.
It's kind of, I like the way they put Bobby. Who else but Bobby?
Where
No
couldn't
one.
you put Bobby?
Else but Bobby.
Where couldn't you put Bobby? I mean, come on, really?
Bobby Heenan is the greatest color commentator
He
And
did it
greatest-
all, man. From
and
managing
greatest
to
manager.
kind
and
of
manager.
the greatest manager in WWE.
I still say I have
history.
to put Miss Liz up there. Just because she was only a manager and she was known.
Yeah, but she
And she never did anything.
Right, but she just managed good people. But as a
Yeah, but
manager-
still she was known.
Yeah, but as a manager, she didn't do shit. I mean, Freddie
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying she was known, well known, too well known. And I have to put her up there above most. I say Paul Heyman and Bobby Heenan are probably the two best managers.
Freddie Blassie.
Flatty Brassey's up there, so is
Captain Lou.
Right.
You can't forget
And
Jimmy
Slick.
Hart. Jimmy Hart.
Jimmy Hart's good too, but Jimmy Hart's so fucking annoying.
Still, he had a stable.
This is Mid-South Wrestling, guys! Oh, yeah.
He still had a hell of a
Yeah.
stable.
And I'm sorry that sounded like Mickey Mouse. I'm sorry.
He had
Or Ricky the Rat.
he had the foundation. He had the
He also had the not the Legion of Doom, the
natural disasters.
The Justice League.
the Doom. Oh God.
Factories of Doom.
No,
not the Legion of Doom.
Not the Legion of Doom. What's the faction? Doom faction.
Not Legion. Doom
With
faction?
Ming.
The Doom faction?
With Ming.
No, it was.
The leader was somebody else, but Jimmy Hart was the manager for it.
It's Doom, because there's a Doom in this, which is these.
No.
Not that. Damn sure wasn't that because Teddy's the manager.
Yeah, it's Teddy Long and
No,
Ron
Dungeon.
Simmons and Dungeon of Doom.
Dungeon of Doom. There
Kevin
we go.
Sullivan.
Yes, Kevin Sullivan, Ming,
Earthquake.
who ended up being Shark.
Yeah, he was some other dumb shit.
Fucking
Yeah.
Bruce Barber Beefcake was like Zodiac. or
Zodiac,
something like
yeah.
that.
And we're all the white.
And Jimmy
shit.
Hart was their manager.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right, Dungeon of Doom. Terrible shit. That's what Hulk Hogan had to face when he went to WCW.
I remember that.
Oh, so terrible.
Didn't Vader become a member of that at one time?
Dave Sullivan.
No, the one person they had that was legitimate was the Giant.
Yeah, for a while, Dave Sullivan was in it, but that was WCW, not.
But the Giant came in at the end of the Dungeon of Doom and kind of solidified it as being legitimate. But before then, they had literally a guy named Shark, and it was Earthquake. Like we didn't know that.
Yeah.
But whatever. But yeah, the Dungeon of Doom was terrible. But yeah, I can't put Jimmy Hart up there.
Jimmy Hart had Earthquake. He had Dino Bravo at one time. when Dino Bravo.
He also had Honky Tonk Man for a while.
I said he had Honky Tonk Man. Yeah.
Heart Foundation.
I know, but I still can't put him
Greg
up
the
there
Hammer.
over
Greg
fucking
the Hammer Valentine.
over Classy
No, not over. Classy.
or over Miss Elizabeth. I can't.
I mean, he was the manager of Hogan and Savage when they were together.
Right. He's manager of everybody, but he still wasn't
Top
good.
5. He's top
Hogan
5.
Yeah, he's top 5.
He
I'll give
was
him
Hogan
that.
and Beefcake too.
But he's not better than Paul Lee.
No, but he was better as a heel manager than a face. Because he actually got involved as a heel manager and would, is that? It almost looks like the third demolition guy. Not the third demolition
Crush.
guy.
Axe Smash and Crush.
Not the third demolition guy. The
Atom Bomb. Is that what you're
Atom
saying?
Bomb. Yeah,
Kind of looks like Atom Bomb. I don't think it is.
maybe too early for that, but
That's 90s.
this
I
is
think
90.
93, 94, he's fucking Atom Bomb in WWE.
Because he was on WCW. He was Mortis's tag team partner in
All
WCW.
these guys look like they could step over the top.
Wow,
There you go.
Sid Vicious with red tights on, not the black crazy tights.
Well, this is before Psycho Sid, so.
Okay, are we in agreement? He's probably the worst interview you can get.
Oh no, he's
Promo?
he's
Here we
fantastic.
go. What are you talking about? Terrible promos.
about.
Let me start over. We're live, pal.
That's why he's fantastic.
No.
Because he's so terrible at
Him
it.
and fucking Scott Steiner.
But that's what I mean.
I got 33 and a third of 66.9s and
Yeah. But
I'm a big
that's
booty
my
daddy.
point. Is they're so horrible it makes them spectacularly entertaining.
you know what I hate about Scott Steiner?
This dude is just as big as fucking Sid Vicious.
I think that is that.
Maybe,
Maybe,
yeah.
You know what I hate about Scott Steiner?
What's up?
All his big catchphrases were from fucking rap songs.
Such as
I'm your hookup.
For the podcast.
I'm your hookup. Holler if you hear me. What is that from? Master P.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big Bag Booty Daddy.
A big bad voodoo daddy. You know what catchphrase I always liked, except for, ECW Taz worked, but you couldn't do it anywhere else. The one phrase I always liked is, beat me if you can, survive if I let you.
Right.
Taz. I always loved that one. That's just a good phrase.
Agreed.
All right, so besides the pay-per-view and the Crown Jewel, what else we got going?
Literally nothing.
Title belts. Let's talk about how these fucking jeweled title belts suck. I'ma say it. They look like fucking leather straps that look like they have Hulkamania on the back of them.
Yeah.
I wish they go back to the
I'm not a
Winged
fan.
Eagle or the Big
Yeah.
Gold or some anything. The Attitude Era,
I'm a fan of the big, huge WCW belt that
the Big Gold.
Flair had from like NWA and WCW, and the one they brought over when they, eventually went to the Universal title or whatever.
I think that's one of the most recognized belts in wrestling. I would like to even see him bring the Winged Eagle, the Macho Man Warrior Hogan belt
You need,
back.
to me, a championship has to have more gold on it.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
It has to. It just looks like a leather
Even
strap.
if they would have made like the rest of the current title, like the stuff behind it, like gold, instead of just being black leather or red leather, it'd be better than it is now. Or put like platinum in there if you want it to be a little different, but don't just have it be leather. It makes it look cheap. And now, granted, it's covered in diamonds, well, supposedly, but
Rhinestone Cowboys.
right. So I understand, but if you're gonna go out, fill in those gaps
Go
with
out
some
in
metal.
glory.
Yeah.
Man, bring a prestigious title to the table.
Well, they got the Intercontinental and it's got the white stripe.
I like the throwback Intercontinental title.
I like the U.S.
I would like to
title.
see 'em
the
bring back-
non-spinner U.S. title.
I would like to see him bring the two-tone tag belts back.
Yeah, I don't like
The
these
Demolition
gladiator
belt.
stupid belt.
The final match of the tournament at Crown Jewel, a Money in the Bank match, and have Rollins win that, and then cash in right after Lesnar wins the title, and then he'd be
Can't repeat WrestleMania.
then he'd be
Sure you can.
then he'd be
They're about to.
then he'd be the Raw Heavyweight Champion, the Intercontinental Champion, half the Tag Team Champions, and the greatest in the world.
So what you're saying is, to quote a man who gets high every day, Rob Van Dam, he'd be the whole fucking show.
There you go.
Damn.
You know, because they of course would take the Intercontinental and Tag Team away from him, which you could just let Dean Ambrose have a new Tag Team partner for that. But
I vote James Ellsworth.
Oh man, maybe
World Tag Team Champions of the world, right there. James Ellsworth and Ambrose. That'd be terrible.
Ellsworth and
I'd rather see Renee Young.
Right. I was gonna say I'd rather see James Ellsworth squeeze when he was in WWE. Carmella be his tag team partner than Ellsworth.
So where does Ambrose go from here? Does it just end up being a feud with Rollins for a while?
I'm telling you, Rollins wins the title, relinquishes the Intercontinental. Dean either picks a new tag team
But
partner.
he can't win the title. We're talking about legitimate.
I know.
Because he can't win the title. All he's winning is the trophy for some reason.
Right. So, yeah, I mean, you know they're going to feud, obviously, because they broke up again. Now they've stabbed each other in the back, so.
Right?
So, yeah, they're going to go there.
And they had the titles.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're going to do the Shawn Michaels Stone Cold situation, or Mick Foley Stone Cold situation, or the Rock Mick Foley situation.
Maybe all the wrestlers would just say.
They're going to have oddballs that hate each other wrestle. As champions. It works.
Yeah.
Especially those two oddball fucks. I am loving the long, flowing fucking 80s, 90s hair.
He's wearing skis.
It's the Freebirds, baby.
In a fanny pack.
The
In
Zebras,
a fucking
bruh.
fanny pack.
Oh, look at this one.
Oh, there's Giant Gonzalez! Giant Gonzalez!
Jesus Christ.
That's fucking,
The whole head and shoulders.
Elegante right there.
They bill him as what, 7'7"?
Gigante.
Right.
Elegante.
8-foot giant.
Yeah, they bill him as like 7'7" or 8 foot, something like that. Yeah, actually, my mom met him because he played here in India at the '86 Pan Am Games when they were here.
Oh, Jesus.
Played for one of the South American teams. And like my mom literally came up to like his waist.
Is that Carmella's mom? That's Nick.
No, that's I can't remember her name. She's like all over the place.
8-foot giant making an appearance today. There you go. That's good stuff. On the same TV show or network or pay-per-view that you call Lex Luger for money. See, that's why WCW never lasts.
Right. All right, so we talked about the one pay-per-view. Talked about Crown Jewel. I think Lucha episode 20 was last night. I haven't watched it yet. I don't know. I think that's the last episode of like the regular season. And now like the next episodes maybe what do they call what they call last time the three episode show?
Oh,
The Nasty Boys.
Ultimate Lucha.
no, Ultimate no. What did they call it last time? No, because the Ultimate Lucha is the one where they get, I think it's 2 matches of 10 luchadors.
Gotcha. It's like this yesterday's
It's
episode.
not Trios Championship.
Yeah, yesterday's episode, which I haven't watched yet. The main event is the 7-man
Magnum Force.
the 7-man match.
That's
for
a
the-
fucking 80s, 90s name if I've ever heard it.
Magnum
Right.
Force.
Well, look at their mustaches.
Oh, yeah, dude. Killer mustaches, dude. Porn stars. Val Venus, eat your heart out.
Yeah, they got a 7-man match
Something
for the Gift of the Gods championship was tonight, which is basically like Money in the Bank. Whoever has the Gift of the Gods title can cash it in for a title shot whenever they
Oh,
want.
dude, I love the Gift of the Gods Championship. It's good stuff. I love the Trios Championship, too. That's good stuff.
Creator Wrestler's going to win.
Who?
Creator Wrestler.
Jack Swagger?
Nope, Jake Strong.
No, that's Jack Swagger.
He's the devil, dude. Like literally on like last week's episode, he goes into whatever the Cueto dude's office. Froze up again, and like they have a little conversation, and he's like, "I'm gonna be in this match." And at the end, he like gets up and he like tightens up his tie and looks at him, and he's like, "Oh, and by the way, this isn't your dungeon anymore. it's mine, and like this big, deep, like
Oh God, Jack Swagger.
devilly voice.
It's
yeah.
mine.
It's mine.
Jack Swagger. We call him creative player because if you ever played a WWE video game, you want Jack Swagger. You want his height, you want his length, you want his muscle tone.
want his
All
strength.
good stuff. And his move
amateur
package
background.
is fucking greatness.
Yeah.
It's got plenty of suplexes, some submission, some high flying stuff. It's good stuff.
Lots of high power.
But Jack Swagger himself, as a person, sucked. But on the video game, awesome stuff.
Well, that's why they call him creative player, because when you create a player, you create a great wrestler, but not somebody with any personality. And so that's what you get with Jack Swagger. He's a great wrestler, but there's no personality being created.
We are the people.
We, the people. And he had to have fucking racist ass Zeb Coulter as
But
a
he's
dude.
still doing that shit, because now he's just strong. Strong.
But he's not strong. He's Jack Swagger.
Oh, no, he's beating people up in Lucha, man.
He's getting over
Because
it.
you can hit people in Lucha.
Beating people up.
Have you ever watched Lucha?
I
Breaking
have not
ankles.
watched it yet.
Oh man,
Lucha's the
love Lucha.
shit.
See, there you go,
It's
man.
good stuff.
Somebody that
The
had
match
never watched much
content
wrestling.
is good stuff.
Well, I mean, it's all really good wrestlers, and they let them do shit.
Right.
They let them
No.
wrestle.
Did you know Brian Cage was already in the WWE and will never go back to the
Oh,
WWE
yeah?
because he got screwed over?
I did not know that.
Yeah. He was back in the early 2000s, bruh.
Really? Is he that
Early 2000s. He was like on a 2004 episode or
Is that
something.
old?
Yeah. So, yeah, he's never coming back. Kenny Omega said he's never coming over.
It's all right.
Right? I don't necessarily I don't get the whole obsession with Kenny Omega.
I've only
Now, he
seen-
does do good promos. I'll
I've
give
only
him that.
seen one match of his, and all he did was just finish. He tried to do his finishing move over and over and over.
Past his
Over
prime
and
over
over and
in WWE anyway. He's like, if he does come over, it would just be for like a title run, and then he'd just be Shinsuke Nakamura it all over the place.
Well, I mean, that's all Shinsuke did. And he
That's what I
didn't
mean.
do that.
No, because the difference is because Kenny Omega can talk on a microphone. That's the difference. Shinsuke can't talk on a microphone. His best talking on a microphone, and he was saying, sorry, me no speak English.
Yeah.
That was his best because he was being an asshole, and that's what he needs to be. He needs to be kind of like The Miz, just maybe not talk so much.
Yeah, well, I mean, you
And anybody who doesn't like The Miz doesn't like professional
you
wrestling.
can't do any of his moves anyway, because all his moves are kicking people in the head.
It's a fun drinking game if you ever want to try it. Shinsuke Nakamura drinking game. Every time he uses his knee or kicks an opponent, take a drink.
Right?
You'll get drunk. That is a fact. That is a fact of life.
Yeah, no shit. What, so yeah, but Lucha's coming to, I think the season's coming to an end pretty soon on that, but it's really good, so anybody that hasn't watched it, give it a look.
No need to talk about TNA.
Well, yeah, TNA, they lost Aries, so there's one down, but Johnny Nitro / Mundo / Impact is their champion now, so.
Oh God, are you serious?
Yeah, I mean,
He
he's
got
all,
a lot better.
I mean, he's all over the place, yeah. I mean, he's one of the main guys on Lucha Underground as well.
One of his not even really his subordinate, but like some guy who just hangs around his clique is like a crazy psychopath. That talks
Murdered
to a doll.
someone
Yeah, he killed somebody straight
on
up.
TV.
Yeah.
Yep, stabbed him several times, blood
See,
splatter
at least
everywhere.
they don't shy away from that.
Oh,
stuff.
yeah.
Right.
Well, Lucha does what I want the WWE to do. It does like goofy supernatural shit.
Lucha has described themselves, and I think this is how they get away with some of the hard bumps they do. They've described themselves as a TV show that happens to have wrestling in it.
Oh yeah.
Unlike the WWE, which is a wrestling show that has entertainment value. That's the difference. And if you look at Lucha, it's a TV show.
Lucha like really tells a story too.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They don't just like you can tell they have it planned out.
And the good thing about Lucha is, well, this week you'll see a good storyline and all that stuff. Mm-hmm. But then next week you get a different storyline with other wrestlers. And then the week after that, sometimes, you go back to the original storyline with the other guys. So you don't get it every freaking week shoved down your throat. Like Dolph Ziggler and Seth Rollins, who fought each other for the last 2 months now.
Well, and it's only an hour-long show, so without commercials, it's only like 42 minutes. there's only like 3 or 4 matches. It's real easy to watch an episode, and all of a sudden you're like, shit, that's over?
Right.
I'm ready for another one.
It's good in-ring wrestling. They let them do their spots. They let them do a little bit of wrestling with it. And there's a lot of high-flying stuff, too.
Cool
So,
beans.
you know.
I'll definitely check that out. You
Oh, it's
said
good
it's on
stuff.
the El Rey network.
The LRA Network.
Do you have Comcast?
No, AT&T.
Okay. It's on an old channel. It's
We're
on
not
Comcast.
promoting anybody's cable. We're all down for pirating.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, cut the wires, man.
Yeah, I was
Cut the
about to
wires.
say, I'm never too good.
We're kid. We're not promoting anything illegal.
No. We never do that.
Do drugs.
Hey, that's Scott Pollard's line. And I call him Superman Scott Pollard. For anyone who does not know, Scott Pollard was a basketball player, right? He played basketball for the Indiana Pacers for a couple years. He was all right, basically a second tier center, right? Mm-hmm. Well, one time he was sitting on the bench because he was hurt, and I call him Superman because he was wearing a suit, had Superman glasses, hair slicked back, looked just like Superman, Clark Kent, if you will. Well, the camera goes by him, and he looks dead in the camera, as serious as possible, and says, "Hey, kids, do drugs." That right there is when I thought Scott Pollard was the best player in the NBA. And he's called Superman Scott Pollard for that reason.
Dilly dilly.
Right, fantastic. Dilly dilly.
Ranger anti-drugs, say thank you. Drugs are
Right?
expensive.
Kids do drugs. That's like Pat McAfee. I was watching the Pat McAfee thing, and he was sitting there going to X and O's of the Colts. Then it went to a commercial, and he stopped it real quick. And there was a kid up in a tree, and he said, "Hey, kids, don't climb trees, smoke them." And I was like, all right, Pat McAfee.
There you go, Matt.
Hell yeah, Pat McAfee. The greatest player on the Colts team ever. I'm a part of the Pat McAfee swim team. Go Pat McAfee.
Man, I'll never forget that game we played against St. Louis, man, where he punted the ball, and they was damn near getting running back on us till Pat McAfee came out of nowhere and shouldered the guy out
With
of
the
bounds.
boom!
I mean, he shouldered her so hard. The next day, they drug tested
Yes.
him. He said, he sent the tweet out, well, they're drug testing me for that move I put on the guy who was getting running back on us yesterday. St. Louis was just in our ass, man. Matter of fact, the animal's son was kicking our ass with a dislocated damn shoulder, man. It was ridiculous, man. But a good game nonetheless, man. If you can't watch your team lose or win, you suck. You don't deserve to be a fan.
Right.
Straight up.
Go Colts.
Go Colts.
Go Colts.
What are we 1-5? No, 2-5.
2-5 right now.
Yeah, go with Colts.
Hey, man,
We're rebuilding. Fuck you guys.
We are rebuilding, and our defense is 10 times better than last year. Our offensive line just got offensive line of the week.
Right. Fine.
Hell yeah. And then Andrew Luck looks like he's back to normal. Mack looks like he's a starting running back. I mean, Chris Ballard said we're in a 2-year repositioning upswing. Right? This is the first year of that 2 years. I like the first year progress. Because at least you're showing progress in the first year. Darius Leonard is motherfucking defensive rookie of the year. I don't care what anybody says. He's a beast.
What people need to understand is, one, Andrew Luck has been out for a whole year of doing nothing.
Almost 2 years.
Almost 2 years. 2, we have a new coach. Brand new coach, which means a brand new system, which means a brand new damn coaching staff.
He's like a rookie. all
So
over
yeah,
again.
it's so again we are starting over. So again, if you can't sit and watch your team lose or win on Sunday, you suck as a fan. For real.
No, that we've been competitive in every game. Like I said, and
And we're not getting blown out.
Right.
We're putting it. I could see if we were getting blown out and not putting in any effort, but we are fucking playing, man, and putting up some points. So
And if you'd have told me beginning of this year that we weren't going to get blown out in any games, our defense is going to get better, our offensive line looks like it's getting solid, and our team momentum and the way of thinking around our team is all positive and going forward, I don't know if I would have believed you 100%. But right now, we're competitive in every game. We're on the first year of a 2-year rebuild, and minus getting a couple playmakers on offense who can catch the damn ball, we look like a solid team that definitely could do something in our division.
got that right.
With Jacksonville looking like garbage with Blake Bortles, and their defense looking like garbage in general, honestly. Houston, give or take. And then freaking Tennessee, you never know what they're going to do.
Commissioner Corbin is a former Colts.
Yeah,
I like to put that out there.
We get hot and we could, we could win our division. But that's what we're going to have to do to make the playoffs. Because
We're going to have to not
the wild
drop
card's
the ball.
not coming out. Yeah, that's just it.
We don't have to make the playoffs. We can suck for luck again and get some good picks.
Because we gotta catch the ball because it's not only leading to drop passes, but it's led to 3 or 4 interceptions too.
It's stopping drives. It's stopping drives. Like it's not
first down. It's always 3rd and 8.
3rd and 8 or 3rd and 5 or hell 3rd and 1 on a screen pass and we can't get it.
Yeah, and one more first down and we're in field goal range.
Right.
Every time.
It literally stops drives, and that has been the killer. And yes, it has led to turnovers, and you can never win with turnovers.
Between that and the offensive line penalties, which are getting better, but
hey, we won offensive lineman of the week or offensive line of the week, so I'm happy.
they keep shooting themselves in the foot.
Hey, and Vinatieri is at the age and position that every time he puts his foot on that damn ball, he's setting records.
He's hurt.
Yeah, he hurt his groin. I don't know how long that's going to be.
Hope he doesn't play. Well, they said he was kicking in practice today, so I hope he sits out this week, to be honest. Because next week we're off, and then the week after that he's back home. We can break the record there. He only needs 5 points, so 2 field goal and 3 extra points, and the record's done.
Well, I think we could beat Oakland without him.
Yeah, we can go for it on 3rd down.
I mean, they got rid of 2
We're
young
field goal range.
stars. I don't know what Gruden's thinking. I mean, you just don't get rid of 2 young stars like that. I know Amari Cooper has been doing too great.
Yeah,
and you got a first-round draft pick. I'll give you got first-round draft pick.
Yeah, that was kind of stupid, I thought. But, Khalil Mack is a stud. And he was a stud when you had him. At least Amonatumi's been underperforming.
You might be able to get a Khalil Mack with the number 1 draft picks you have over the next 2 years. But the likeliness of you getting a Khalil Mack, top 5 defensive player in the league, very hard to find, even though you got draft picks out of it. So, I don't know what Gruden was thinking, but he did what he was going to do.
Yeah. Well, it's probably something somewhat personal. So, what else is on the agenda?
The A-Cup Factory. You know what I'm going to bring up.
The itty bitty titty
The
committee.
itty bitty titty committee, damn it. What is up with the flat-chested divas, man? I miss the busty divas.
They're not divas. They're women independent. Hashtag me too, bro.
I mean, they're still called divas.
No, they don't.
They don't call. What's their show on the ETV called?
Go out the front.
What's their reality show called?
Which one?
Oh, totally divas.
Totally divas. They're
Yep.
still divas.
Divas.
Right, they call it on that.
witches.
They don't call them divas on wrestling anymore.
Well,
Oh, I'm not trying to be politically correct.
But
sue me.
well, I mean, that's the thing is that they can wrestle now, but I'm still not interested in watching. It's like, I'm not sexist, but it's like the WNBA. I don't like the regular NBA, but the WNBA holds even less intrigue for me, just because I don't know. It's a slower paced game. And,
it's all about fundamentals, Tim.
yeah, I know. It's just like it just doesn't.
No dunking, no,
Right? No, nothing.
Yeah,
Look, y'all know.
Like dunk like above the rim, like get off me, titties in your face.
Right?
That'd be nice.
Yeah, I watched that shit then. If they were driving down the court and jumping from halfway through the lane and
Yeah, I'm sure
dunking into
women
people's
love
faces and shit.
what they do and all that, but whatever. It's not fun to watch. Like
Yeah.
like that intensity just isn't there.
No, I don't know. And the crowds aren't there, so you don't get that aspect. And what?
Literally.
Yeah, so it's just you don't get that aspect of the excitement. But
I saw this thing a while ago. Like they were complaining that they weren't getting as paid as much as like the NBA players, like regular NBA players. It's like,
And I'm drawing them fans.
Shit.
that's what I mean. You get people to come out and watch it, then you'll get paid. But you got to get butts in the seats. That's how you make money. They start paying the players any more money, and it's going to fold even sooner than you think. Which I'm kind of anxious to see the XFL, see what it does.
I'm shocked that's coming back.
Yeah, well, I mean, last time it was just a joke the whole time. And so,
one major draw,
like,
broke his ankle or some shit in the first play.
So it's, they didn't promote it right. They just, but this time they seem to be putting more time. They rushed it last time. This time they seem to be putting more time into it. More effort. There's going to be few more kind of big name players available because Kaepernick's name's going to come up.
Yeah.
Possibly Tim Tebow, even though he's playing in the minor leagues. But somebody offers him enough money to play football, he may switch up.
Choke up.
Right. So there are a lot of players, and it gives the college players that don't get drafted in the NFL somewhere else to go because they're definitely good ones. There are. Because every year in the NFL, there are undrafted free agents that end up being studs. Yeah. So, the XFL can find them too. And one of my biggest intrigues will be because they're going to have a fantasy league. And I think that'll be interesting because, especially the first year, because nobody will know who any of the players are. So it'll all just be random guess, and it's because you won't know what teams are going to be any good. You won't know what coaches are. Some of the coaches might be known coaches because there are a lot of older retired coaches or just guys that aren't in the league anymore, or something like that. So I think the coaches you'll probably know more of the coaches than you do the players. I bet, at least to start. But so yeah, it's you're not going to really know anything about the league, and so it's going to be this random chance. You're going to be drafting by what magazine you have says are the starting players at each position for each team.
Are they going to take any undrafted recent college players?
Well, I guarantee it. Any of the guys that
that's going to be pretty nice.
That's what I was saying. Just to recap, Jake, we were talking about the XFL. But I was just saying that last time they rushed it, it was just kind of a joke the whole time. Nobody really took it serious. But this time they seem to be putting more effort and thought into it. But
well, they tried to promote it too much like wrestling last time, where it was going to hit harder.
Yeah.
We were never going to call the penalties and anything like that. And
you
got to play football.
Shit.
Well, when you got guys that aren't that good, like the National Football League players are, they're going to hold a lot more. They're going to do illegal chop blocks and stuff. You're going to have to throw the flag.
Right.
It's going to be blatantly obvious shit. And nobody wants to see cheating.
Right. Well, I was talking as well about the intrigue of the first season of fantasy, because nobody's going to know how good the teams are, what players are good, anything like that. But I was saying to these guys right when you came in that I bet there's going to be more coaches that you've heard of than players.
Oh yeah, this is Lee signing off. Got to get up early to push that clock. I'm gonna leave it to the rest of the Coltsmen, so hold it down, and I'll see you next time around.
And fuck cancer.
And fuck cancer.
The XFL is to me, it's this is something. It'll be something I can follow because I don't follow the NFL. There's too much shit going on. It's like with comic books, how Marvel and DC has so much backstory to everything now. People don't want to get into it. Now I'm yeah, I could just get into that XFL now. That's cool.
Yeah, but the problem with the XFL is they gotta give it at least a 3-year window.
Yeah.
Because you gotta let players develop in a system. Because most of them are either going to be guys who've never made it or are a little bit older, so they got to knock off the rust. And a lot of college guys
who didn't make it to the NFL.
Right. So they still got to get a little bit more training.
It's going to be rough those first couple of years.
Yes and no, because if you get the same talent base across the whole spectrum like the NFL is now, the reason why the Colts still have a shot to make the playoffs halfway through the season is because there's a lot of parity and whatnot in the league. There's good players on every team. Well, the same opposite effect can happen. If everybody has shitty players, then it could be good football games. Well, it could be good football games. Like in college, my example in college, when you get IU versus a Vanderbilt, those games could be 41-40. You know, and that's just because the talent levels of each team are the same. Right. So it could be awesome, or it could be completely shit. I mean, it is what it is. It's football. You never know.
Either way, if watching a shit show could be just as fun as watching.
Right. That's what I'm saying. With all of that, see somebody get their head off, take it off again, like real football. That's what's going to get a lot of people. Is they're not going to call headshots as much as the NFL would and shit like that. So So it's going to be good stuff. My whole thing is they tried to make it a little bit too political. Like we're going to give Americans American football again. Like shut up, Vince.
But they're going to have more high-profile players this time, at least a few. Kaepernick, Tebow, possibly.
Kaepernick ain't going to be there.
Kaepernick
I'm
might
telling
be
you,
because of
what
the
they
Saudi
need,
thing.
what they need, and what they have to have. If you want to survive, Vincent fucking Kennedy McMahon, you want to make it in the NFL world, and you want to make your sport a great sport. You go get fucking Tim Tebow and give him a good team, and you give Johnny Manziel and give him a good team, and you give fucking heaven versus hell, Jesus versus Satan all day long. Good guy versus bad guy. Sell it up, Vince. I know you can do it. Get it done. If that is that first championship game, you will get people to watch it. People watched Hulk Hogan versus fucking Roddy Piper, didn't they?
Oh, yeah.
I'm telling you, that would be. I would love to watch that. Tim Tebow versus Johnny Manziel. Oh, dude, give Johnny Manziel a pack of cigarettes on the sideline with a little bit of booze, and have fucking Tim Tebow play with the cross or a rosary outside his uniform.
Make sure that motherfucker is playing for the Nevada Devils.
Oh yeah, for sure. Versus like the BYU Mormons and put Tebow on the Mormons.
The Utah Mormons.
The Utah Mormons. The Fighting Mormons. That's what I call BYU. They're not the Cougars for me. They're the Fighting Mormons.
We'll knock on your door.
Right? Hey there, guys. Can we score a touchdown? Oh, sure, guys.
That touchdown was brought to you by the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
Right.
Do you have a moment for this touchdown dance?
Have you heard of Jesus?
All right, so back to wrestling a little bit. So I want to, like, every once in a while when he and I are sitting around bored, start watching some, because he's never seen any of the Attitude Era.
Never.
None of it, dude.
So,
Okay.
baby.
Where do we
Okay.
start?
You know how there's greatness in comic books? Certain eras are just absolutely great.
Yeah.
That was 96 to 2001. The Attitude Era, if you will. That is what it was. So over the top. Like literally, you had a pimp, a porn star, a guy had sex with a mannequin inside a casket.
About that, Triple H.
Right?
A nugget.
There's a nugget in Owen Hart. I mean, there's so much shit that I can't. It boggles the mind. I mean, even Lance Storm had a moment. Not in the Attitude Era. That was after. Sorry. But Attitude Era, you had Stone Cold drove anything into the arena. Like anything. He drove Zamboni, a monster truck, a concrete truck, anything into the
You
arena.
had
Always.
X-Pac and Blackface.
Oh, wow. Maybe I hate X-Pac now.
Yes, he was.
No, it wasn't his fault.
It wasn't just
See,
him either.
He begged them not to do it.
It wasn't just him either.
I'll show it to you here in a little bit when we get done.
It
We'll watch
wasn't
that
just
before
him
Jake
either.
leaves. But it's
Road Dogg
Yeah.
and Badass Billy Gunn had blackface too. But they were lighter blackface because, X-Pac
Off
played Mark
blackface.
Henry.
X-Pac was supposed to be Mark Henry.
So they had,
Oh, I have seen this.
so
I have
the-
seen this.
yes.
I have seen this. Yeah.
What have you seen The Rock do Degeneration X? The Rock comes out as Triple H.
Oh, wow.
Or no, he's not Triple H.
He's
The Nugget guy plays Triple H because he's got a giant fucking nose.
Owen. I can't remember who Triple H is.
I think he plays Badass Billy Gunn.
Maybe I can't remember. Yeah, because it's DX making fun of the Nation of Domination, and then the Nation of Domination comes out and makes fun of DX, and so it's like whites and blackface, and then black and white face. But
No, that's what it is. The Nugget guy is not. He's on the fucking DX side of it.
that
That's
guy's
what
on the
I'm
DX
fucking-
side, yeah.
Still, one of my favorite jokes from that guy is, I always wanted to be a bad guy, but I could never grow my damn beard in. Fucking Owen Hart, you.
I'm
Owen,
not a
I
nugget.
missed Owen Hart.
Love you, Owen. Yeah, we miss you, bud. But my question that I started with was, so where do we start? If we're gonna watch
Attitude Era?
if we're gonna watch it straight through,
If you want Attitude Era, straight Attitude Era, you want to go back about 6 months before the screw job, Montreal screw job. Because DX has been formed DX has been formed, right? The Hart Foundation is around, and that's when they would go to Canada, and DX would get booed, and then they would go back to America, and the Hart Foundation would be good stuff. So about 6 months before the screw job, till the buyout.
Okay.
Right.
That's the time frame. Of
Right around 2000, 2001.
I would say stop around mid 2000.
Yeah.
Because 2001 WCW didn't really need to see. In 2001, the end of 2001 WWE, nobody needs to see, because that's when DDP comes in as stalking Undertaker's wife, and they had Buff Bagwell on an episode, and just bad wrestling.
So just skip that shit.
Yeah,
Never watch that shit.
Yeah. So I would say 6 months before the screw job till about mid 2000 is the Attitude Era, and then about 2002, 2003 is the Ruthless Aggression era / Jobber era. No. I call it Jobber era.
Toothless aggression?
No, it's not a Jobber era. It's a Worker era. Mm-hmm. It's the era where they let Chris Benoit's, Eddie Guerrero's, and guys who worked and good wrestlers, they started winning the titles. Okay. Instead of your over-the-top characters like The Rock and Austin, Mick Foley. But yeah, the Attitude Era is literally, I think I said 6 wrestlers before. May not even be 6. But it's Shawn Michaels, Triple H, Stone Cold Rock, because that's throughout the whole time, and then Mankind, Undertaker. Then you add your cast of characters like Kane, because Kane's a big character, and he comes in and fucks all kinds of shit up.
The rest of DX.
Right. That storyline by itself, the brothers storyline between Undertaker and Kane, that full storyline's fucking fantastic. Some of the best writing they ever did. Because you're generally scared for the Undertaker, because this first guy ever who is just an overpowering force. He's taller, he's bigger, and he does every move you do. Right. So it's like, oh shit. Right.
Oh, what are they promoting?
But
Jonah Hill was on.
But yeah, I would say that's a great storyline. Then you add your other characters, like you have, like I said, your Val Venuses, your Godfathers. Oh, dude, fantasticness. Then you have your Road Dogg Outlaws. Eventually, you bring up Edge and Christian, and Hardy Boys and
Dudleys.
the Dudley Boys. That was towards the end of the Attitude Era. But yeah, it's mainly those 6 guys, because each one of them could sell without a title, one, and those 6 are interchangeable. The one person I think who made the Attitude Era the most, everybody wants to say Austin and all that, was Mick Foley. Mick Foley was the glue that he could fight Undertaker one week, then fight Austin the next week, then fight Triple H the next week, then fight The Rock. Or team up with The Rock one week.
Ass beat by every one of them and come back each week.
Right. Well, he was Dude Love, he was Cactus Jack, and he was Mankind. So he had the cool guy, funny guy in Dude Love, the crazy hardcore guy in Cactus Jack, and just the crazy deranged fuck in Mankind. Yeah. So he was the glue guy. He was the glue guy. He was the one that had no problem getting beat up and making the other guys look good, but he still looked good too.
Right.
Yeah, he asked me that earlier, like of today's, well, not just today's, but in my generation or our generation, who were the best guys at carrying somebody else?
Right now in WWE, it's AJ.
Well, our generation, though.
Our generation, carrying other people, Shawn.
Yeah, Shawn.
Shawn was definitely one. Taker, for most part, because he had to fight a lot of big guys that could not
move. I hate to
move.
say it, Cena.
Yeah, Cena could carry.
Roman.
Yeah, because Brock couldn't really. Yeah.
Angle.
I would say the main ones would be Kurt Angle, Taker, and Shawn.
If Ray were bigger,
right,
he couldn't carry the big dudes.
Right,
but otherwise he could carry anybody.
Eddie was another one.
Yeah.
Benoit was another one. Those were the good workers. Yeah. But in carrying against anybody, those 3 I think would be the top of it. Because Shawn could go literally against anybody and it wouldn't matter. Yeah. He could have went against the Big Show and that would have been fucking match of the year. Taker, like I said, worked with so many Nathan Jones and Heidenreichs that he was just good because he made it an entertaining match because of him. and Angle, just because. This is quote from Austin, The Rock, and all their podcasts and all this shit. The man learned how to wrestle on Monday and had his first match on Saturday.
Yeah.
He took to wrestling like a fish takes to water. He just instantly got it. And he could carry anybody.
Yeah.
He could carry anybody. Orton's another one. Cena's up there. Especially Orton, younger Orton.
Yeah.
Because he would make those old guys look...
Well, and Flair could always
Like
carry.
gods.
Flair could always carry anybody. But,
Yeah, until the end.
Well,
Then he was
once
just...
he got older, he was
Yeah.
being carried, but that's how it works. So, but
Bret Hart's another one
Hart was
that could
good.
carry anybody. He literally carried the British Bulldog after the British Bulldog went on a 3-day crack binge. Yeah.
Fuck.
Foley, I mean, hell, Foley could do it.
Owen's another one.
Yeah, Owen was good. He's not a nugget, by the way, so everybody
Yeah,
knows.
he's not a nugget. But yeah, the bad thing is wrestling. I think would be better right now if the submission / workers / good wrestlers were around. If Benoit wouldn't have done what he did, and it's sad on all accounts.
Yeah, we need more.
Eddie died young.
Yeah.
Could you imagine Eddie, Benoit, Jericho, Angle, and Owen teaching these guys now? It'd just be great wrestling. It's good wrestling, and there's some guys that are just really good and can carry it. But there's some guys that can't, that can be taught by these other. Like William Regal's taught a lot of these people. That's where a lot of the good wrestling and wrestling holds and catch can wrestling.
William Regal may be the most underrated wrestler ever. Because he could grapple, he could just fight. I mean,
Yeah, but Mr. Perfect only won Intercontinental Championship.
talk. Well, but everybody knows who Mr. Perfect is.
Yeah, I give you that.
William Regal, not near as
Is it because he's foreign?
I mean, no. He played a great forward heel.
I mean, but look at all the foreign guys, and there's been some really great ones. Even British Bulldog, they don't get the clout like
They're always kind of just forgotten.
the only ones that do are the Canadians, and that's because I think as Americans we've give it to Canada in wrestling.
Canadians are American adjacents.
Right.
So
Well, I
American.
think we give it to them because
I don't know. I mean, you got Iron Sheik, Nikolai Volkov.
Those are standouts among, like they, what is it? They're
Iron
exceptions.
Sheik
They're
was a
exceptions
fucking
that
freak,
prove
though.
the rule.
John Cena couldn't even do the fucking hammer thing that Sheik used to do back in the day. At his biggest, when he used to get the clubs. Volkov, I don't think he was ever as big unless it was with Iron Sheik. There's a person that should never been anything.
It may be part of it, but anyway, you look at it, it's still.
There's a person that
it's
should never been
underrated.
anything was Sergeant Slaughter. If it wasn't for the whole
If it wasn't for G.I. Joe.
American, he wouldn't have been anything.
One for G.I. Joe, period.
Right. Right, that too.
So I don't know what came first, G.I. Joe or Sergeant Slaughter.
I think Sergeant Slaughter. But go Joe. I don't know. There's a lot of, but okay. Back to the Attitude Era. A lot more sex. A lot more sex. Like
A lot more sex.
well, Sable came out with just handprints on her tits.
Yeah,
No, I've seen that.
like actual nudity.
Right. Kat showed her tits.
Yeah.
Jerry King Lawler's
So
wife.
did Jacqueline.
Well, that got ripped off.
Step up.
Yeah.
It was still on purpose.
Big old titties.
Yeah. You got fake
Stephanie
titties.
had a couple nip slips too.
Yeah, lots of nip slips. Lita accidentally under the covers with
Oh
Edge.
yeah, that was good stuff. But see, that was more of the ruthless aggression era.
Yeah. But yeah, more scantily clad, looser clothes, so things.
Women were more in the Attitude Era were more just managers.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You had your few good wrestlers, but I mean, other than like Lita.
Yeah, but in the Attitude Era was even then that was towards the end of it.
Yeah.
Well, the Attitude Era was more. Luda Vachon was one of the wrestlers.
True.
With Jacqueline and Ivory,
Yeah,
those were the wrestlers.
Cat, yeah.
But you had Sable,
China.
Cat,
China.
Terry Reynolds were more managers.
Right.
Ones with the bustier.
Well, even like after
Breasts.
that, like Lita and Trish were managers basically starting out.
When they started off, yes. Then went into wrestling.
Yeah, 'cause TNA.
That's because Trish could not wrestle at the beginning of
Yeah.
it. Lita could, but Lita was given more of a point to shine as a women's wrestler because she was with the Hardy Boys, so she was allowed to do a lot more wrestling. So.
Right.
But Trish had to literally.
They were way cooler than TNA.
Team Extreme.
Yeah. So.
The Brood, Bloodbaths.
Yeah.
That's just something that's
Edge
awesome.
and Christian.
The lights would go out and their little
The guy come up in the ring of fire with his.
And the next thing you know, boom, everyone's covered in blood.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's literally like the sound of nature.
Yeah, like the lead dude was supposed to be a vampire. Or some kind of daywalker or something.
Gangrel?
Yeah, Gangrel, there you go.
He was full on Lamar Miller. He was full on daywalker.
Right.
He had teeth there.
He came up with like the goblet up from underneath the stage with holding the goblet of blood, and he'd drink it and like you can spit it out. Yeah.
That's like a Lucha Underground type shit.
Right.
They had
Undertaker tried to sacrifice Stephanie McMahon
and
did sacrifice
Stone Cold.
Almost
tried to embalm his ass too
on a crucifix sacrifice in the ring.
Took him to a morgue and tried to embalm him.
Yeah.
And that's still one of my favorite pieces of WWE creative writing. Because Undertaker kidnaps him, right? And he's going to take him to a grave and bury him alive. Oh, that's not good enough, right? So he takes him to the morgue and he's going to embalm him. And he's literally speaking tongues, right? He's got this big ass fucking needle. Like the needle itself is that long, right? And he's like and you know they're not going to kill us on TV. So who could save Stone Cold?
Kane.
The only person could be is Kane. Because who's going to be hanging out in the morgue?
Right.
Kane. Boom. Why? Because he's the devil's favorite demon.
Undertaker like kicks down the door.
No, he just pops up.
Right there.
Just pops up. He literally just pops up and stops Undertaker.
Wow, that's funny.
That is great writing. They went like this. Fuck. We run ourselves into a corner. What do we do?
Bring in
Kane.
Yeah.
Boom. Kane it is. Because like I said, they're just in a morgue in a random place.
Right.
And all of a sudden, boom, here's Kane.
Well, Kane also has like magic powers and shit, so.
That is why Undertaker would have never lost at WrestleMania. We would have never lost at WrestleMania because he would get ready to lose, and the next thing you know, boom,
Lightning.
Brock Lesnar.
You're struck by lightning. Well,
Lightning bolt. Struck by lightning and it's over.
Didn't you mention earlier? Did you mention earlier, or somebody said something earlier about they saw Stone Cold hit Vince with the pan.
With the bedpan, yeah, we were talking earlier.
It's just like, I'll take it from here, nurse.
You're right. Every time I see that, I laugh.
Vince's face, like,
well, just the sound of ding. It's just so perfect.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you couldn't add that sound any better.
yeah. Well, it's just his look, the look on Vince. That's the thing, is like, you say anything you want about Vince.
Terrible wrestler.
But the man can do, like, I mean, well, I can, but will do anything for that company.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he's bared his ass multiple times on live television.
He's peed on himself.
Yeah, he's peed on himself. He got hit in the head by a bedpan with his tighty whities on. I mean,
poop dropped on him.
Yep. I mean, he will do anything.
The greatest thing
he says nigga on screen. I've seen it. He goes, "What up, my nigga?" And he walks off.
To John Cena. And Booker T goes,
and he's just got the
"Tell me you didn't just say that." But Booker T supposedly wrote off on it.
Yeah.
I mean,
surprised.
If Booker said it's okay, I mean, it's business.
Wasn't Booker the one who was like, Hulk Hogan, I'm coming for
after
you?
that, Hulk Hogan, he's coming for you. No.
Oh, dude, I'm telling you.
That's great.
It's business. It's all about business and entertaining. Sometimes they go a little bit too far, like crucifying somebody on TV and then the whole
having sex with a mannequin in a casket.
Well, I'm talking about the one with the Muslim dude who crucified Undertaker, and then the next week was never in wrestling ever again. He crucified Undertaker on SmackDown, but it was taped on Monday, right? Well, like that Wednesday or Thursday, the terrorist attack in London happened.
Oh.
The bombings.
god.
So they were like, no, we're good.
They didn't even like repackage his character.
No, hell no.
Bye.
No. What they did is they choke slammed him through a stage or something of that sort.
Well, he wasn't
might
even-
have powerbomb.
He wasn't even Indian, was he? The dude?
No, he wasn't. Yeah, no, he wasn't Muslim at all, or
Yeah.
Saudi Arabian, or
Right,
whatever.
whatever the country. Yeah, he was.
Uh,
yeah.
Middle Eastern.
Yeah.
Well, they powerbombed or choke slammed him through the stage, and he's never seen from again. It was Muhammad Hassan.
Yeah,
was
there you
his
go.
wrestling name. Oh yeah, and the thing is he had the whole decked out outfits. You know how the druids come out?
Yeah.
Well, he had it to where all they see were the eyes, and everything was covered in black. So it was full on. They were going not terrorist route with it per se, but trying to let you know.
This is what I am.
Very extremist kind of, yeah.
Right. Yeah, that was one.
Didn't go over
Definitely.
well.
I mean, yeah, the sore subject.
Yeah.
It's like having a wrestler whose gimmick is that he's an aborted fetus. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
That was terrible.
It's a great analogy, bro. I mean, there's been like 3 people so far that have played one, so.
Yeah.
Oh.
Boy, I'm sarcastic.
Aborted fetus.
Charlie Day.
What? Charlie Day.
He was an abortion survivor.
I know what you're thinking. What's that rascal Charlie up to?
If the shoe shit, if the what is it? If the shit shirt's a matcher, Charlie gets the scratcher. That's what it is.
Great shit, but
If the shit doesn't fit, then you must have quit. I would like to say personally, get better, fight it, and help other people fight
I
it.
think Roman really deserves better because he's been kind of been screwed over for a long time by WWE by having to deal with the Brock bullshit. And then when he finally gets a championship, his shit flares up again.
yeah.
Yeah. I know. I've been a proponent of Roman for a very long
He's
time.
a hard
I think
worker.
he's-
Like he, yeah.
I think he's a good worker. I think he's good for the mic. He's better on the mic than he's been.
Yeah.
And he's good for kids. It's a good little role model. He gets
Well,
the women to fucking
When
love
and
him.
if he does come back, not to be mean, but when and if he does come back, he'll get his first ever all positive pop,
Right. Yeah.
Right.
as opposed to getting half booed and half cheered every time.
Right. But I'd like for him to get better. Like I said, I want him to not only fight it, but I want him to help people fight it too.
Yeah.
That, especially with the platform he has, he doesn't have to give money value or anything like that. Just give people the inspiration.
Well,
Fight,
look what
come back, and be
look what
champion.
Cena does.
Oh yeah, all the
Not even
Make-A-Wish
that.
stuff. And
Just outreach for it. You know, just go talk about your fight. You know, be public with it. Don't WWE it so much and hide it. Be front forward with it.
yeah, and you know what, like WWE, it would behoove them to start working with like more cancer organizations because think about how many wrestlers, people, or wrestling affiliate people who have
Well, they
had.
got Connor Cure. They're working with
Yeah.
Susan B.
They
Anthony.
do that every year. They give away titles. And,
Yeah.
Yeah.
no, we're gonna get bald, badass Roman back. Watch.
Oh, that'd be crazy.
Well, because he's probably gonna lose his hair for
Yeah,
treatment,
yeah.
so he's gonna come back as like an Uso with a bandana on and just be a badass for a while or something.
Well, they've talked about him coming,
Just don't be the
teaming up
American.
with the Usos.
Just don't be an American badass.
You know, they're supposedly they're gonna
Undertaker.
Yeah, exactly.
they're gonna do a Samoan dynasty with Roman and Usos, which they should do.
Well, Corey Graves on like the Monday thing, 'cause I don't think the rest of the announcers knew.
No, because he was tearing up.
Yeah. Well, they both were him and what's her face.
Renee Young, yeah.
But he was like, my kids hang out with him, blah blah blah. And he was like, you're gonna pull through this, Oos.
He's on SmackDown too.
Yeah, he's like, you're gonna pull through this, Oos. And it's like, sometimes you forget he's part of that family, but is that the most famous family in wrestling history? Second most famous family in wrestling history.
I think it's more because they have better sustained talent.
I mean, who are you thinking I'm saying is first?
Hart family.
No, the McMahon family.
Oh, first family in wrestling.
Yeah,
you
so I
really
mean,
can't.
so,
you really can't.
Yeah. Other than them,
Yeah.
are they the most famous? Yeah, I mean, that's what I think.
I think they have the most talent.
Von Erich's had a shot at it, but that came to
Well,
us.
the Hart family was good, but
Yeah.
the only one you got now is Brett.
Yeah.
I mean, so yeah, I would say, yeah, definitely. So yes, Joe Anoa. That's how you say his name. Anoa.
Crazy.
Anoa.
It's one of those
Get
awesome
better.
names that I can't pronounce.
He's from Pensacola.
Oh yeah.
Better. Other than that, I think is that the end?
I believe so. You got all you got. We'll watch some more wrestling and hopefully a Colts win on Sunday.
Oh, there will be a Colts win.
3-5.
Hopefully, Crown Jewel's a massive debacle, so we have something to talk about.
Right. Well, it's already a debacle since they decided it's gonna. They should have just kept the pay-per-view, but moved it somewhere in the United
Well, I think
States
it would cost them a shit ton of money to do that. Because if they, I saw things.
Well, they haven't sold tickets for Saudi Arabia.
Well, if they pulled out of this deal with them, I think it would have cost them like $19 million.
Yeah, but it may cost them a lot more than in the long run.
Yeah.
It's gonna be. I think it's gonna be a PR black eye, but we'll see how it goes. So maybe by next time we'll know.
Yeah.
He got through steroids.
Yeah, true. So we'll see. Keep listening, everybody.
This is Mumbles.
Tim.
No.